Hello! I'm a professional. Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Dungeons & Dragons. We are going to be playing some Icewind Dale, and I'm joined here by the Digital Dragons, who are an awesome crew of people, including Tahko.
Hello, I am Tahko, Mood Killer, as played by Highwind.
Elora.
Hi, I am Trips, or Trips Stralic in the chat, and I'm playing Elora.
Vulwin.
Hi, I'm Ethan, or Chaos Gemini in chat, and I'm playing the Furbolg Ranger, Vulwin Agar.
Irilyssa.
Hi, I'm Jarard, aka Evil by Moonlight in chat, and I will be playing Irilyssa.
And Zagrax.
Hello, I am Zach, or Warbird in chat, playing Dragonborn Paladin Zagrex.
And I am the DM, making sure that everything doesn't go crashing and burning. Or if it does, that it's intended.
Where are you and what have you done? It always burns.
So, who would like to give us a recap of what happened 2 weeks ago? Because, of course, there was no game last week. Sorry about that. I was busy. But, yeah, we need a recap.
Oh, yeah.
Nose goes.
Nose goes.
Well, it looks like you both have your nose right there. Who did it first? That's who goes, right?
No.
So, I can do the recap. This is a pretty easy recap. I will quote this verbatim. The speakers talked. Maxwell Danner won the election. Trovis, we'll go fishing. We left for the Lonely Wood. And Elora's parents are still really nice.
Whoa, you don't need to bog us down with every little detail. It's called a recap.
Yeah, next time, a bit more of a summary, please. You know, just you don't need to be quite so long-winded about things.
I'll try, but I make no guarantees.
But the last thing that happened is the party left Bryn Shander, went through Targos, and then up towards Tourmaline, passed through Tourmaline, and they are now on the road to Lonely Wood. For the first time, they are going to be visiting that particular area. And I believe that you spent the night in Tourmaline, so it's about probably coming on to 11 or 12. It's about midday. You're still on the road to Lonely Wood. Irilyssa, you see something in the road ahead of you.
Ooh.
Looks like something lying in the road, covered in snow.
She'll approach it and kind of like brushed off, trying to figure out what it is.
Well, as you approach, you are able to see that it is, in fact, a corpse. They are dressed in travelling leathers. Looks to be a human lady. They do have a hood up, although much of it is torn away. One of their arms is missing, torn away as well. And as you kick away some of the snow to get a better look, you notice that their throat has been completely ripped out.
Must be the welcoming committee.
What check is it to know what could have done this?
That would be medicine.
Medicine. A 17.
17. So you're pretty sure that this looks like wolves.
Poor thing.
Hmm.
Even the wolves are hungry.
And as you're looking around, you notice that there are various gashes and slashes and bite marks. Several other, like the earlobes are missing, they've been chewed away. One of the eyeballs has been plucked out, the other one's just kind of bloodshot, staring lifelessly up. But you do notice that she has a pouch strapped to her side, much like you would see like a mail pouch messengers would carry.
Well, at least she's not getting up to greet us. That was the worry we heard about.
I'll open or dig into the pouch and see if there's anything in it.
There is a single letter bound and sealed with a wax sigil, which you recognise to be that of Bryn Shander.
A bound and sealed note from Bryn Shander.
I'm guessing the missive that the vote was going to happen never arrived.
Oh.
We can at least deliver it.
Yeah, if there's something to deliver it to.
Sure.
Otherwise, there are a couple of coins on her. You get 6 silver pieces and 2 copper pieces. Interestingly, you don't see any sign of any weaponry. And her clothing is just that of, like, traveling leathers, not armor, really.
Well, yeah, she was disarmed. We already went over this.
Ouch. Alright, so you pick up the pouch and continue your way to Lonelywood. And as you progress along the road, the path, it does definitely become smaller and more like a trail than a proper road between cities. The forest around begins to get thicker and heavier, and eventually the canopy almost entirely covers the path, and you rapidly lose sight of the lake off to your west side as the trees and the growth around you just gets thicker and heavier. Can I get a perception check from your scout, please?
Perception. 13.
Okay. The snow before you is clearly untouched for quite a long time. This is some of the thickest snow that you have gone through for quite some time outside of the tundra. But the thing that really gets you here is it's quiet. It's really, really quiet. You're in a forest, usually teeming with life, even in the thickest part of winter, and Vulwin, you definitely pick up on this as well. But there's nothing. No birdsong. No movement under the brush. Even the wind in the leaves, covered as they are in snow, seems muted.
Is anyone else unsettled by how quiet it is?
No, I was just thinking about how peaceful it is.
This isn't peaceful. This
It's
is
weird.
unnaturally quiet.
I love it. You can really hear yourself think.
I don't want to
You
hear
wanna
myself
hear
think
yourself
this
think?
loud.
I don't like this.
And as you're considering the peacefulness looking around you, Vulwin, you smell something on the air. Smoke. Faint. Barely registerable, but definitely smoke.
There's smoke. I'll point in the general direction I guess I'm picking it up from.
It's from straight ahead, like along the
Oh,
road. At this point, you've kind of gone from a northeasterly road to like almost due north, like the final shot before you hit Lonelywood.
Yeah, there's smoke. Something's burning. It's faint, but it's near the Lonelywood.
It smells like warmth to me.
Hopefully.
And he'll start moving forward alongside Irilyssa if Irilyssa's the one that's scouting.
So what is your marching order right now?
Irilyssa would be out front with Vulwin.
Yep.
I'd probably be right behind.
Okay, I'll be behind you.
And then I guess I'm in the rear. Tanky boy in the rear, let's go. Tanky boy who can't see anything in the rear.
That's fine. No, you can see a little.
Kind of see now.
We got
You
you
have no eyes
glasses, you're
now.
fine.
Yeah.
I'm back to average instead of very poor.
Good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stick
That
close
was
and
getting
keep your eyes out.
Sorry, I just need to fix one thing real quick. Ahead of you, the road, the slight trail, begins to rise a little bit. In Vulwin, you know this to be the little the little wooden arch bridge that crosses one of the streams that feeds into Medu Alden. And you know that you are getting very close to the city. When something ahead of you attracts your attention, a giant wolf pads gently up onto the crest of the bridge and just stares at you, its fur pure white.
Have I ever seen anything like this?
You have.
Beautiful.
It looks like one of the wolves that you met by the ice lodge.
They have
Ice
names.
Lodge?
You.
It's not actually one of those, it just looks like the same
killed them?
species.
Yes. Still, like he says it 'cause he doesn't
Who?
like this. He did not like those wolves. He will draw his sword.
Okay. And as you do, the wolf ears flick back a little bit, and then he just ow! Howls into the wind, and from around you, you begin to sense movement.
Now you made it angry. Just try talking to it. Don't be threatening.
Oh, you're so calm. We need to go right now.
Well,
Okay,
then
let's go
try and
then.
talk to them. They're on the bridge. That's the way to go, is through the bridge.
Oh.
They're blocking our route.
Now, if I remember this correctly, was it actually? Maybe I misheard that. I know there's the bridge, but I thought there was another ridge that this thing was on.
No, this is on the bridge, the ridge of the
Oh,
bridge.
it's on the actual bridge. Okay.
Bridge is bridge.
And if I could...
It is
Yeah.
completely dark.
Bridge,
Oh,
bridge.
we're at the bottom.
Hold
We're
on.
at the
It's
bottom.
at the bottom, yeah. I'm
Oh,
trying
where
to
are
make it so it automatically moves you down there, but it's not working.
Yeah. So I will pull my sword and I'll say, "Let us through."
And with that, I'm going to need you to roll initiative.
Aw, man.
That's like my style of the computer.
I mean, if it doesn't want to let us through,
Yeah.
it could say no.
Go.
Make sure to click your token
Nice.
first.
I did.
Ooh, I got decent.
Got 5.
We're doing good.
No,
Ooh, we're doing real good.
I don't really see the problem with these wolves.
Well, there's only one.
Considering there's no map behind us, that means they can't come from behind. Smile.
Yeah.
Okay.
That howl's,
Sure.
All
Laura
right.
knows that.
Yeah,
that howl's
that's
just a
fine.
greeting, I'm sure.
Ah, yeah, squad.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Just a nice loud hello.
Hello!
Depends. Is it a wolf? Is it a husky? Is it a Malamute?
Man, I'm getting
It's a
really,
Samoyed.
really laggy here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Ice
ask an
wolf.
Eskimo dog.
A bloodhound.
It's a
Beagle.
Kleekai.
Oh,
Kleekai.
that's right.
Sheep
Doesn't
new.
even sound like a real animal. Kleekai.
They're the tiny huskies.
Mhm.
Are they?
Yeah,
They're
they're
very
called
cute.
Kleekais.
Okay.
Wait, really?
Mhm.
Huh.
I am from the Kleekai clan.
K-L-E-E-K-A-I. Kleekai.
K-L-E-E.
K-A-I.
Oh,
Yeah,
Kai.
Kleekai.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the
Kleekai.
smaller one.
They're adorable.
Spitz type dog breed.
And as you say those words, Vulwin, you note that the wolf lowers itself ready to pounce, hackles raised, showing its fangs. Irilyssa, you're up first.
Yeah.
Sounds way too calm.
It's a pupper.
It's
Yeah, we're
not
like,
just a
"Ooh."
pupper. It's the ice wolves.
They're ghost
Kill some
doggies.
dogs. I can't even see the dog.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, yeah. To be fair, yeah.
Is this really
I
all the
can see it.
visuals we have?
Yep,
I-
we're all
I-
blind, cause
Yeah.
What is that picture in Sirenscape? Ah!
I'll look at pictures in Sirenscape.
I had to turn it down a little bit so I could hear myself.
Hold on. Vulwin, I want to try something. And Irilyssa is going to go 1, 2, 4. And as she's going out, she's going to pull out one of the rations from her pack and toss it forward. And she's going to say, "We don't want any trouble.
That's all.
Okay.
That's it."
The
And
wolf.
toss the ration forward.
So you've spoken to these wolves before. You know that they are at least intelligent enough to communicate. Roll me a nature check. No, animal handling. Roll me an animal handling.
These ones don't want to talk to us.
You didn't really try.
17.
I said let us through. That's the beginning of a conversation.
Oh, that's an order. Orders
So
aren't conversations.
usually, as I said, there is a semblance of intelligence, of sentience around winter wolves, as this is. But looking at the eyes of this one, they are pale white, almost glazed over. And it doesn't seem to react to your offering.
Well, that was my action. So I'm going to say...
I mean, just doing that, I would say that was a bonus action, so you still have an action if you want.
okay. Seeing that, I'm going to... You know what? I'm gonna try and cast Dispel Magic on it.
Okay.
Mm.
Interesting. Roll me an Arcana check.
You're gonna dispel its mage armor.
Oh shit.
Well, that's one armor we won't have to worry about.
No, it's got protection from good and
A
evil around it
13.
or something.
Oh, yeah. 13. So you flare up your magic and release it in the direction of the Winter Wolf. You haven't used this spell before. You're not really 100% sure on how it's supposed to interact with whatever it is that you're casting it on. But it doesn't seem to have any effect here. Whatever is got a hold over this beast is far more powerful than this.
What's going on here, Irilyssa? They're not talking.
Something's got a hold of it, and I tried to dispel. I think it's enchanted.
Hmm.
The eyes don't look right.
And with
That'll
that,
be my turn.
Vulwin.
Okay. I'm gonna move up.
Give me a perception check before you do.
Oh, sure. Perception. Where are you at? 24. Wow.
You're about to stalk forwards, but some trained sixth sense alerts you that there is something to your sides. A movement in the growth. A couple of bits of the brush starting to shift. You don't see what exactly it is, but there is something else out there.
You know, like right in the brush right next to me.
Around.
Around. Okay.
It's just that kind of inner sixth sense, like something is near, but I can't see what it is yet.
We're being hunted.
Okay.
Not the first time, won't be the last. I mean,
Yeah.
it could be the last, but it's not the first.
do I get the sense that if I were to move, I'd be putting myself in danger?
No.
Okay. Just that there is stuff around us. Okay. Yeah, I figured that's what that call was. That wolf called allies. We need to go. We need to get across this bridge.
Or I could just kill a bunch of wolves.
You want to do that in the middle of a forest where we can be surrounded?
Yeah.
That's your death. I'm gonna move up to where Irilyssa is.
Okay.
And let's see.
Oh, we're just running?
past the wolf on the bridge. I haven't even seen this wolf yet, but I heard about it.
Yeah. I'm gonna move up here. As I'm moving, I'm weapon out, and I'm going to ready in action that if any wolf anything comes out to attack us, that I'll strike at it. But I'm forming up with Irilyssa right now.
I'm actually going to double your vision, because you probably should be able to see more than this.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Oh, big wolf. Big boy.
Yeah, while we run through the darkness, let's split up so they can't catch us all.
We can see each other. It's all good.
I can see clearly
fine.
now the rain has gone.
Yeah, and as I move up, I'll be like, stick in pairs at least. Stick together if we can. But we need to go.
Okay. Tahko.
There's more of them.
Okay, I will cast a spell. I will cast Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
Wait, are you telling me that you both clerics have spirit guardians? Yes.
Yeah.
The freaking clutch spell that came in and saved
Yep.
our butts that one time.
Yeah, mine is a whole bunch of raven feathers. Then
Sick.
I'm going to move to here.
I'd laugh if it was like little chibi ravens.
No, just feathers swirling around.
Trying to make it more feather-like than just bright yellow. There you go.
There you go.
You always just hear a faint.
Yeah, like a
The
murder
only bird song
crows.
in this forest.
And
Is
yeah,
there some
like
kind of
suddenly
aura that we
against
should be
the
able to see?
silence that had been oppressive until now, there is now like this faint caw, caw, caw every now and then coming from around where Tahko is.
Spooky.
They called their bird friends too.
Oh no,
Anything
we're
else?
dead. They've got
Nope.
an air force.
Try to be up.
Zagrax.
Okie dokie. Considering all friends just moved up, I'm just gonna go. Obviously draw weapons and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
And just to explain what's going on here, you can't see over the ridge of the bridge, that's why it's kind of vision cut off there. And then the ravine on the other side is a little bit higher up, so again, you can't see beyond that. There is more there.
And then between initiative 17 and 5, 4 winter wolves come out and just rip Elora to pieces.
I mean, when I said move in tandem, I meant move in tandem.
Yeah, well,
Laura's like, help! And then she gets eaten.
All right.
yeah,
Oh,
you
look at
said
me.
move in tandem, and you said people are coming. You didn't say they were close.
If you think it's bad now, wait until we try running.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we running to?
Don't make
Exactly.
any sudden moves.
There's no fleeing in this event.
Let's see. So the
Oh,
wolf
hi.
pounces towards you guys, its jaw going agape, and then from within it, it just blasts right in front of it a cone of incredible cold.
No.
That can't hit all of us, at least, right?
It will hit Irilyssa, Vulwin,
Won't hit
and
Elora.
Tahko. It will not hit Elora or Zagrax.
I moved right out of the way. No.
And I need you
Right.
guys to make me a... Actually, would it hit Zagrax?
Oh no.
Not if it's also hitting me.
Well, you're just straight ahead of it.
Yeah.
It's 15 feet. You know what? It could hit all of you. Yeah, it's going to hit all 4 of you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to need you guys to roll me a dexterity saving throw, please. As you just... This cone of intense cold, you can try to dodge out of the way, flatten yourself against the floor to avoid it.
Not bad.
I did.
Can I stab him too?
Yeah.
Because I had an attack ready. All right.
And he'll take 3d8 necrotic damage. Go ahead and roll that.
Yep, go ahead. 17.
Holy.
17 hits. Go ahead and roll damage. So take 7 points of... Oh wait,
I assume it
Zagrax?
wasn't. I assume it's not below max HP.
It is now.
Yeah,
I
hang
just-
on.
The
Yeah,
moment it entered that area, then it took necrotic.
Yeah,
so
it would
it is
be.
no longer at max.
Okay. That's
I'm
true.
helping.
That would happen before I even attack. Yeah.
Hi, I'm in front of the stack.
That works. 'Cause
Man, it's such a good.
It takes half the
You
damage.
made it.
It did succeed the save, so it takes 3 points of damage from you.
When you get a chance, can you move the map down a little?
For Twitch.
They can only see a little
they
bit of
can't
us.
see.
Thanks.
And Vulwin, you do 11 points, was that?
Nice.
Yeah, 11 points of piercing. Yeah.
Nice.
So as it comes bounding forwards, Vulwin, you see its jaw opening and you try to stab in underneath to try and get your weapon through its mouth, but nothing, well, you're able to hit, but it's more of a glancing blow against the snout rather than getting right underneath, and it's still able to unleash this burst of intense cold. And I'm going to need to roll some dice. Where's my die roller?
Now that we can see it up close, does it look alive?
Yes.
Okay.
Does it look alive?
I mean, if it was zombified, it'd be hard to tell in the dim light.
Oh, I know.
Okay, so Irilyssa and Vulwin, you take 15 points of damage. Tahko and Zagrax, you take half that.
I'm going to use my reaction to take no damage. Yes.
I'm
Okay.
going to take 4 points of damage.
It is cold damage, so if you have a resistance, you will be resistant to this.
So is the 15 with the resistance, or is that without the resistance?
Without.
Oh.
Okay.
15, half of that would be 7.
8.
8, 4. Never mind. I'm actually going to just take that. I lied.
Right? It's not too bad. 'cause
I didn't
it's
math
cool,
the.
though.
Plus, we have temp HP. Nice.
Mhm.
Yup.
And that's all it can do right now. Elora.
Okay. Seeing that this thing is harming my friend, she's immediately going to try to use Mind Spike on it. Try to get it to, like,
Not.
not. Right. That
Okay.
works for me. So
Go
that's
ahead and
a
roll.
wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Wow. Past
8.
that.
18 wisdom save.
Oh.
Dang, I think it takes half though. Let me check.
13.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it
half
takes
damage
half.
to time.
Okay,
That's
13
still
damage.
a good 13.
Jeez.
Elora is not happy about this guy attacking her friends.
No, don't. And then she's gonna move up behind Tahko.
Okay.
Good call.
Anything else?
She'll just be like, "Make it stop! It's not nice. It's mean. It's mean."
We need
Surprising
to get to the
nobody.
bridge. There's others around.
Oh, well, maybe I should have ran further. It's fine though.
Okay, Tahko would have left you alone.
Oh my gosh, it's a bunch of small ones.
What are these puppies?
Oh, woo! What are? Oh my gosh!
So these are, because I didn't want to sort out tokens for each and every one of them, these are an assortment of different animals: foxes, squirrels, mice, any kind of smaller mammalian creature, dogs, cats. But each of these is kind of hobbling. Some of their legs are broken. Some of their, like, half of their skull is missing in some of their cases, jaw hanging loose. A couple of them seem to be completely blind. These very much look like zombified animals. And they are struggling to move, but they are each moving towards you with deadly intent. Maybe. I mean, they might just want to get strokes. It really depends on how you want to interpret zombified small animals coming towards you.
Yay.
Yeah.
See, I thought they were going to be animals with high dexterity because it looks like they have a high doge.
Oh my god.
Handle animal rolls and
Yeah.
And everyone leaves.
Well, on top of that, incoming Matt Joe with killing more pets. Just another day in the life of the Dawnbringers. Shut up, you!
Us.
It's not every day, it's just most days.
It's not
It's
like we
revenge.
want to.
They're throwing themselves at us. All we're doing is self-defense.
Irilyssa, you're up. Oh, hang on. No, you're not. Sorry, 2 of them do get an attack against Zagrax. I forget that.
Well, if they're half in my
You
circle,
put it
does that
that
count
way.
as being in my circle? Because they might just die.
Yeah, it does. So
And
it
then that
was...
hits 3 of them. So you want me to roll 3 different ones, or just go with the 7?
Go with the 7.
Aw,
was
I'd
a
rather
whiz-
roll. Seven's kind of crap.
Eh.
3 wisdom saves. That's a fail, and a success. So 2 of them do immediately just disintegrate as they approach. And the third one also actually disintegrates as it
Oh my
approaches.
gosh.
Oh, good.
You're slowing
So
these.
this thing's just having them commit suicide against us. If they enter the circle of death, then they die.
Hence why I moved close to Tahko.
So how does that look actually
Right.
to us?
That's a good question. How does this look to them, Tahko?
Like the feathers just stab into them, and then they just collapse.
Wow.
So a cloak of feathers is like gathered around Tahko's shoulders. Then as these things approach it, those feathers fly off and start striking into these creatures as they come close.
Oh, that's not creepy.
Ooh.
At this point, the only reason of sending those things is psychological warfare, just to screw with us, because we keep killing small animals.
Irilyssa, are you doing anything?
Yes. I am going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Dance around this guy.
Okay.
As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to bonk it with advantage.
Bonk
Clerics
away.
just get that now?
Hmm?
Clerics just have Hunter's Mark?
No, it's part of a feat that I took.
Oh, okay.
Everybody's out here getting Hunter's Mark.
Like, does everybody
Yeah,
have
no
Hunter's
kidding.
Mark?
17 to hit.
17 hits.
So, 3 bludgeoning damage, and then the Hunter's Mark damage. Add 5 to that.
Okay.
So 8 altogether.
8 points of damage, so you come slinking around behind the wolf and he kind of watches you go for part of it, but otherwise keeps his eyes locked on Vulwin, and then you come in, bonk him with your mace, and as you're swinging out, your weapon seems to, of its own volition, change direction almost entirely and then hit in a different position, which seems to inflict an impact with more damage. Anything else?
Dog.
Bad dog.
Bad dog.
But that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
Its mind is stronger than it should be for a bad dog.
So, a bunch more creatures emerge from the brush and the snow beneath. Some of them seem to have just been covered in snow and just like scratching their way out. A couple of them seem to be joining in from the forest around. A number of these wolves, similarly to the smaller creatures, have all kinds of injuries and wounds, and a couple of them you can even see still have like feathered arrows sticking out of them. One of them seems to be dragging a trap along with it. Its paw still stuck in like a bear trap, but they are just making their way towards you regardless.
This is bad.
I don't like that at all.
Making my way downtown, bear trap leg, and I'm homebound. Doo-doo-doo.
Where is PETA when you need them? Oh God. You can take that a multitude of different ways. I don't like any of them.
No. There's no Pet Cemetery stuff happen here.
Yep.
Yeah, really. Man.
Vulwin, what are you up to?
Okay. Fantastic. I'm gonna stab the big spooky dog in front of me.
Go for it.
It still, to me, it still looks like it's got, glazed over eyes. It feels a little zombified. I don't know. It's spooky.
Very spooky.
Yeah. All right. So I've got advantage with Irilyssa. A 24 to hit.
24 will definitely hit.
All right. And I'm gonna use favored foe. on this one. It's like a mini hunter's mark.
Okay.
Because we could always use more of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's make sure that rolled up correctly. Yeah, 7 piercing damage, and then 9 from the combination of the favored foe and the Colossus Slayer for being below max HP.
Minus 16 damage. Oof. Big hit.
Yes.
Nice.
And bonus, if it's still up,
It's still up.
bonus action. Okay.
Okay.
Bonus action for second attack.
Stabby stab.
22.
That hits.
Wow.
And favorite foe is only once per turn, and same with Colossus Slayer. For another 9 points of piercing.
Ouch. It is looking near death at this point. The multiple blows slashing out against it, clearly taking their toll. But it seems to shrug off these injuries and is still kind of hunched. Not hunched, what's the word? Kind of like the pouncing motion. Getting ready. Ears still slicked back. Fangs and haunches very much. Getting ready for another strike against you.
Yeah, I'm also going to move to be up here behind them. So as I'm stabbing it kind of like as I'm twirling around it.
Okay. Very good. Tahko.
Fancy
Alright.
dancer.
I will step up too, give it a nice big pat, and say, "You could fit a lot of death in this bad boy." And then I'll cast
No.
what's it called?
Inflict wounds?
Inflict wounds. Yeah, that's the word. So let me roll that. That's advantage.
Is Tahko like this like cool king of death now? Just
Know
sauntering
it.
through the forest, just like, who's gonna kill me? I'm gonna kill you.
21 hits.
I should hope so. And second one. So 17 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
You heal it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What?
You don't. So how does this look? How does your necrotic damage kill this creature?
I basically just slap it in the head and then grab on to some fur, and then it just desiccates its way back.
So the fur starts to turn black instead of white, and you can see the flesh underneath it starting to bubble, and pulpules of something start to appear all over its flesh and start to burst, giving off this sickly green stench. And you can see that this creature seems to be decaying at Tahko's touch. And as it does, it falls limp, the body continuing to decompose rapidly.
Hopeless. What a fun word.
Ew.
Yay.
Anything else?
Nothing.
And-
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm gonna step back one more just for Elora's sake. That'll be my turn.
Oh, thanks.
Okay. Zagrax.
I want the little guys to die before they reach you.
Well, the bonkable one is no longer bonkable. I guess I'll go
Let's go
5,
with
10,
Tahko.
15, 20, 25. And do I have anything fun? Nope. Yeah,
You could ready in
that'd be it.
action.
Yeah, we're ready to bonk if a bad guy gets close enough.
Okay. He's dead. Elora.
Okay. I'm gonna run away. Basically,
Run away!
Speed.
25. That's as far as I'm gonna go, because otherwise I'll be on top of Irilyssa.
Okay.
And ready in action to blast somebody if they come too close.
Gotcha.
With Eldritch Blast.
And how close is too close?
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
well, I mean, she's not that worried about Tahko because he has
Yeah.
his,
Ooh.
his feathers of death.
Go ahead and roll
Right,
your
both
spell
move
damage for
bunch
this
of
turn, Tahko.
Okay.
She meant more so the group up here. Or I meant that.
9 this time.
And again, as these enter that area, the feathers launch themselves off of Tahko's shoulders and then start to just pinion themselves into the zombified creatures, just slicing them apart with the blades of the feather before they're even able to approach closely. Irilyssa.
Cross the bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4.
What's past the shadow? I was curious.
Yeah, give me a second, I'll clear that.
5.
No,
Turn around, run away.
yeah, I just see the 5, and then you drop 70 feet.
Bye!
Goodbye, cruel
So with
world.
that, you can now see over the ridge and over the bridge, and you can now slightly in the distance make out what look like structures at the other end of this road, Irilyssa, with your ridiculous eyesight.
Yep. I can see all that. I'll yell back to them. The town's ahead!
It better
Don't
be.
leave without me.
Anything else?
I am just going to... I'm going to render an action that if anything comes from this side of the bridge, I'm just keeping my eye out on this side of the bridge. I'm not paying attention to what's behind me.
Okay. And these are going to go 5, 10, blast. I'll do the
Yep,
wisdom saves in a second because they are entering a certain radius.
Wow, it's 17.
Nice.
17 would
that
hit. Yeah, let's see if Tahko's thingy kills him first.
Oh, right, right.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Because you did
9.
9.
9. So I need
Yes.
to do wisdom saves. And the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. God, I'm rolling so high. That's a
They all
save,
got
save,
20.
save, 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 fail. I
Wow.
rolled 1 too many, so that fail didn't actually do anything.
Oh.
Ha! Alright.
So
They
that's
all take
4
5
points.
damage.
You round down.
Ah, pain.
2, 3. So once again, you see these feathers launching their way out, striking into the larger mammals as they close the gap and come in closer. But this time, none of them seem to do enough damage. But you see that the flesh is clearly shredded, and usually that would elicit like howls of pain and growls of anger, but nothing. These creatures just keep on shambling towards you with no hint of anger or reaction of any kind. Elora, your Eldritch Blast hits. 10 damage against... Which one was it? Ping them again.
Oh, this one.
Okay, so as it
Why not?
approaches, you lash out with the Eldritch Blast and just explode into him. Doing that. Zagrax, did you have a reaction? Or
Yes,
something
I
ready?
get to bonk.
Go for it. 14 hits.
Yay! 10 damage as well.
And with a solid slam from the hammer, you just crunch into this creature into the ground. And as it does, you get the as the second kinetic explosion just displaces several of its limbs and ribs and just completely cracks the skull into pulp on the ground.
Gross.
However, we do have a couple of them are going to attack. So this one's against Vulwin. That's a 21 to hit.
That hits.
So you take 7 points of damage, and I need you to make a strength save, please.
Okay.
Now you're infected too. We gotta kill you.
No.
Very sad.
Oh no! Right, that was 7 points of damage, right?
Yeah.
Here is the strength save. 15.
You're fine. So this thing just like slams into you, clearly trying to knock you off your feet, but you're able to brace yourself against the impact and don't take the hit, but obviously you do take the damage. And then Tahko, 2 of them are going to strike out at you.
Alright. They have advantage.
They do. Well, one of them does. The other one hasn't arrived yet. First one is a 12 to hit.
No.
And a 13 to hit.
No.
So the first one bites into you, but it just gets his jaws hooked onto your armor, but doesn't actually manage to pierce. The second one jumps for you, and as you're trying to shake the first one off, it just launches itself right past you almost, and misses entirely. Vulwin, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna deal with the one that's in front of me. I swing at this.
Go for it.
25 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah. I'm guessing this thing has not taken damage before.
It has. All of them have.
Oh, it has.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Well, that's right. Half damage.
I pinged him for a little bit, yeah.
Thanks, Mood Killer.
Yeah.
That is 13 points of damage, piercing.
And with that, piercing. Okay, so... What's he got? Alright, so your blade goes through its ribs, and you pull it out again, expecting it to just fall limp and die. But it doesn't seem to have hit quite as hard as you perhaps would have expected.
Well, maybe second time's the charm then. Stab this thing in the head. Let's see. Might miss. What do you got?
A
12 hit?
12 misses.
I figured.
So this time you try to slash into it again, but this time the bony ribs just repel your blade, and you're unable to get the hit that you were hoping for.
All right. Then I am all done.
It's not looking very healthy, though.
I don't think it looked very healthy to begin with, to be honest.
True story. Tahko.
All right. I will go ahead and I'll use my warhammer and bash in this guy.
Go for it.
All right.
18.
Nope. I actually shouldn't have gotten the advantage, but
Yeah,
it's still an
fine.
18.
18 hits.
Perfect. For 6 damage.
6 damage, except this one also, you impact it with your mace, and this one actually seems to do more damage. Like several of the ribs shatter apart at your blow. Most of the flesh and skin and muscle completely useless. These things are mostly bone structures, and your mace rips through that, doing tremendous amounts of damage, and you basically knock off both of its front paws and then just go spinning off into the forest behind it.
Smush him! And I'll move up one more.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Zagrax.
Okay. I will go and see that Vulwin's having some minor difficulties and go 5, 10, and bonk at this one.
Go for it.
Bonk squad.
11 misses.
Dang.
Oh.
So it's still partially stuck on Vulwin's blade, and Vulwin's trying to shake it to get it off the blade, but those shakes just make it really difficult for you to hit. You line it up and then swing out, but you just manage to miss it completely, and you still get a poof as you hit the snow below.
Jeez. Well, I guess I'll bonus. Yeah, a bonus action shield bash it to try and get it.
Also misses.
Jeez. Sad.
So you're thrown off balance as you put a great deal of weight against that first blow, and your shield bash just doesn't manage to land against anything. In fact, you kind of push yourself off of Vulwin, unbalancing him slightly.
We are
It's like
all
this
having
like normal.
we're all having
Man.
troubles with this.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of my turn.
Elora.
I'm talking to Zagrax like,
Okay. I will try to use my first Eldritch Blast to attack that one.
Okay.
11?
11 does not hit.
Okay.
So you try to sight past Tahko, but his big frame is just in the way, and you just can't quite get
Yeah.
that moment to let your shot off, and it just fires off into the forest behind.
Okay. Then I'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, and try to shoot that one instead.
Go for it.
11!
Oh my
Unfortunately, that doesn't hit either.
Wow.
hit.
Okay.
Yup.
25, 30.
This one's sketchy.
Like,
Yeah.
just run, guys.
Now something
That's the end of my
bigger
turn.
with more impact behind it starts to emerge from the forest to the southeast.
Oh god.
Is that far? Oops, I'm not moving.
I'm leaving.
And just starts lumbering towards you again. There are
Oh.
a bear trap is just being dragged along behind this guy as he's just approaching you. You can see that a lot of the fur is mottled and there are several large gaping wounds around it where someone actually looks like they've stabbed it with a hunting spear and the broken haft is still stuck in its flesh, and yet it is coming for you.
Yay!
That's not good.
Come get your hugs, big guy.
Oh god, more smaller ones.
Meanwhile, from the brush around, more of them emerge.
Good kid. Fun times.
There's so many of them.
Irilyssa.
It's an XP farm for Tahko. He can just sit there and let him die against his aura.
I really like the idea that all of us run across the bridge and Tahko's like, level 6.
Oh my gosh.
I can see the thing, the polar
Yeah.
bear.
Yeah, that sounds like an issue,
Yeah.
but all I have to do is just do dodge. Just sit there and keep dodging it. Instead of just
Freaking
passing
dodge
it.
tank. Let's go.
Yep.
Churlish up in this.
I'm gonna cast guiding bolts at this thing.
Okay.
Bolts. I'm gonna go with the second level, I think. Oh, I don't have advantage,
Still
but it would be a
15.
15. Does that hit?
A 15 against this guy does hit, yes.
Okay. So. Second level.
Oof. Sad.
10 radiant damage, and
All
it
right.
is lit up like a Christmas tree.
Sad roll.
Nice.
That's
Place like
just
home
dim
for this
light and like
holiday.
5 feet, right? Or something like that.
I don't actually think it does any lighting effect, but
I'll give it 5 feet so everyone else can see where it is. So you
all right.
point at the creature, and your a symbol of saloon glows light and fires out a burst of energy at this creature, and it seems to just shear straight through it and expanding as it does. And this creature, much of its flesh and its bone and muscle and fur and everything else gets burnt away at its impact, and it does seem to take extra damage from this.
Good.
Anything else?
So I'm gonna take one more step across this bridge.
Okay. Vulwin.
Inching away.
It's like every damn creature in this forest. We need to go. We'll be safe behind the walls. And he's actually going to disengage.
Okay.
If we kill every creature in this forest, we don't have to worry about them later.
Most of them are already dead.
That's not you.
Exactly.
Tahko, come on.
I'm coming.
Anything else?
No, just hearing on the wind. Level 6.
Before that happens, something else happens.
Oh no.
As more wolves seem to emerge from the undergrowth north of the bridge.
Oh,
We
What?
must
Tahko.
run.
Tahko. All right. Wait, these guys don't get a turn?
Oh,
They
yeah.
went last turn.
Totally forgot that there were still some alive. They usually aren't. So the first one's going to be against Zagrax.
Well,
Does a 9
thing
hit.
that happens.
Oh, yeah.
First
they
thing that
took the
happens is
thing.
they take damage. So another. What? Okay, 17.
Good lord.
What?
Wow.
And both of
Yeah.
them just disintegrate. So in fact, no, they don't get a turn.
That
Yay!
math checks out. Holy.
So
Yeah, I
again,
wanted
the
them to get
feathers
a turn so then I can move.
the feathers detach and start swirling around Tahko, slamming themselves, and then just eviscerating these creatures as they continue trying to do their attacks. And again, they get torn apart without a sound. It's kind of unnerving just how little reaction you are getting from this.
Yay! Alright, my turn now?
Yep.
All right. Who's behind this wolf here?
Me.
Zagrex.
Okay. I am going to, on that wolf's corpse, I'm going to bash it in the skull with my hammer. Just, to double tap it. Just be on the safe side. And then 5, 10, 15, 20. And I'll wait there for Zagrax. I don't want you to get swarmed.
All right, Zagrex.
Yeah, I go right after you, so. Cool.
Still.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
We just leave Tahko.
I'll move one more then. She's
All right.
going right after.
That's fine. All right, anything else, Zagrax?
Spells. I could cast that, but Nah, I will. I'll cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay. And what form does this take? What's it look like?
I'd probably just have somewhat of a on my armor and stuff a pale glow.
Okay, so you start to glow even more intensely silver as the Shield of Faith
Yes.
takes form on you. Okay.
And then that is it.
And here, something larger and elk-like starts to emerge from the
Oh my God,
woods
no.
on the left. Oh, good lord, these things are fast.
It's an elk? Yeah, I'd imagine. Oh my gosh, no.
I don't like it.
Oh.
Elora.
No.
But again, this one, it's several arrows peppering its body. 2 or 3 of them you see, like, actually no, there'd be just like one in its heart. And you also notice that like several of its, it's been attacked several times since it's dead. There are large chunks of its flesh just hacked off, which already looked like they were decaying, and it's still coming for you.
Gosh, okay. Well, one question I have is, do we know... So, Irilyssa, you said that you can see the gates over here? Or...
They're way further up. They're way, way, way up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the way to the town.
Yep, just
You've got a bit
run,
of a run.
straight forward. Just run.
I'll wait
mean-
for them to do
Just-
something.
I just want to say we're pretty safe on this bridge. They have to use their normal limbs, so as long as we cut off all their legs, then they're not really going to be doing much. And then we'll have a
there's
fortune.
a hell of a lot of
And then we'll have a fortune in pelts.
Be quiet.
Tahko, there's a hell of a lot of creatures in this forest, and I haven't heard a damn thing since we've been in here.
I'll set off an Eldritch Blast at that thing.
Okay. Roll it.
It's
like 200 feet.
9 does not hit. So even though this
Aw,
big and
what?
powerful creature is like roaming at you, you fire it, and the Eldritch Blast does hit, and it just goes straight through its corpse without it seeming to recognize or even acknowledge the fact you did it. Like, you just punctured both of its lungs, and it doesn't care.
Okay, just try again.
no.
Try again.
You got it!
He's like, okay, let's just keep moving. And she'll just...
Yeah.
So that first blow is just like, that's usually enough to stop anything. And you do it again, and you hit almost exactly in the same spot, blasting just a bigger chunk and a bigger hole through its torso. Still doesn't care.
Okay, well... That's great.
Aim for the legs. If you don't destroy it, that'll at least slow it down.
Okay, I get it now. Thanks, Tahko.
True.
Just
Anything
gonna stay
else?
here. No.
Okay.
Just hides behind everybody.
The bear makes its way towards you, Tahko, and will need to do a
good.
wisdom save because it enters your aura. What's your DC?
Yes. I have no idea.
Yes. What's your DC?
14.
14?
14.
It
14.
failed.
Yeah.
So it takes
Yay!
the full
17 points of
17.
damage.
Ow. This thing's looking near death from 2 hits.
Good.
They're both hefty hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. Then let's see. It's the little guys.
Imagine them as like little vicious bunnies.
Oh, there are a couple of vicious little bunnies around as well.
Straight out of Monty Python.
Right.
Oh my god. Or classic favorite, vampire space bunnies from hell.
Well,
Yes.
if these little vicious bunnies can survive 8 points of damage, then come on in. Otherwise, they're just popping on entry.
Don't challenge them.
Oh,
I challenge them!
Irilyssa.
I shall be the bunny slayer.
Oh no, there's
no,
more.
No undead rabbit will challenge me.
No. Don't hurt them. Just run.
Yeah, we'll get tied down if we stay here fighting them.
Then they'll form a wall around the
So-
bridge for us.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm going to cast Sacred Flame at the big boy.
Okay. Roll. Oh, it's a save, isn't it?
Yes. It's a DC 14 Dexterity saving throw.
Dex save. That's an 8.
It fails,
Oh.
so it takes 7 points of radiant damage.
And it
Radiant,
does
that's
seem
the
to
big
do
guy.
more damage, and the damage seems to emerge from the hole which Elora had made, and the gap seems to widen and widen and widen until eventually it consumes the whole creature, and there's just a pile of ash left where it once
Oh.
stood.
Holy.
Neat.
Irilyssa will call back to Tahko. I know it's not your forte, but try to use radiant damage.
No. I mean, we
Okay,
need
well,
to
she tried.
No.
turn these to ash so that they don't keep coming. I mean, good on you, but not my thing.
Anything else?
No,
Wow.
that's the end of my turn.
Alright.
No!
Irilyssa is trying to help.
I know.
Ah,
Ah!
Left some gaps.
Okay, I got rid of the big boy.
Yeah, this little guy should be dying, by the way. He's in the circle. Just letting you know.
Noted.
I can just imagine Tahko just sitting there every time it gets close enough, just finger gun, and it explodes. Finger gun explodes. The bear comes and doesn't explode when he finger guns once. He just starts finger.
I'll get ya! I'll get ya!
Alright, so 2 of them are attacking Irilyssa, 1 of them will have advantage. So the first strike is a 23,
Oof.
Ow! Okay.
and I'll need you to make a strength save, please. And you take 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Strength save of 11.
That's a success. So you're again, this thing just like punches its weight against you, but you're able to brace yourself and hold your position. You take 9 points of damage from him, and then the other one's going to attack you. That is a 17 to hit.
That misses.
Alright, so this one bites into you, and for the first time your new armor is tested, and it's just not able to punch its fangs through it, and eventually it releases, then jumps back again, ready for another strike. Yes, I can do that. Thank you for the reminder.
There's a lot going on, chat.
It really is.
Yeah, like quite literally a lot.
there you go. That's better.
There's just critters everywhere.
And then
gonna
one's
get
going to attack Elora.
I'm gonna impose disadvantage on it with my reaction.
Do you have to be next to the target or next to the victim? Oh, sorry, next to
I'm
the
pre-
attacker or the victim?
I'm pretty sure it's the
Victim.
any creature can see attacks a target other than you within 5 feet.
Target within,
So-
okay, that's fine. That's an 8.
Nice.
No.
So, Zagrax, you try to push Elora out of the way, and as you do,
Thanks.
getting your shield ready to block, it just launches itself into the gap, and then you put your shield in the way.
Yay.
Vulwin.
I'm gonna attack the one that's right in front of Laura.
Okay, go for it.
19.
19 hits.
This guy has not been damaged.
It has not been damaged.
Okay. 5 points of piercing. I'm going to use my piercer trait to actually re-roll that because that's a 1.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
There, 7 instead.
7 damage,
better.
nice. Except, again, your blade
Yep.
shivs through its ribcage and doesn't seem to do as much damage as you would expect.
Yeah, cool. I'm familiar with this. So he's just gonna make more strikes. Next attack. 10 to hit. I probably
10
miss.
misses.
Dang.
Okay. And bonus action to hit. And 16.
16 hits.
Okay.
That works.
This time he has
Has
been
taken
injured.
some damage.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. 8 points of damage, but
Again,
we'll see.
you managed you lash out one more time in anger, but because you're kind of frenzied a little bit, you're unable to hit. Then taking a moment to compose yourself, you hit out with your second hit, and this time it goes straight through the back of its skull, hitting where would mostly be cartilage, and then you pull out again, and doesn't seem to really care as much as it may
bad.
otherwise.
It never cared before. Yeah. All right. With that, I am going to. I'm going to move up. I will provoke, I think, 1 attack of opportunity if I move right here.
Yes, you will.
So, but I am going to head
It
there.
will take it. That's a 13 to hit.
That will miss.
Okay. So as you try to jump past it, it does launch itself at you, but you're able to avoid the bite.
And I'll just shout, "Keep the bridge clear!"
Tahko.
All right. So this guy may or may not pop already. I don't know if he has. 'Cause it's okay. Good. And let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and I will attack this one.
Okay, roll it.
Okay. Where is my thingy? Normal core. Warhammer. Boop! There's a
17 hits. Absolutely.
Boop! For 7 damage.
7 damage, and as you bring the warhammer down with your one hand, you cave through several of its ribs, and they just go and pop as you rip through them, doing more damage than you would expect, and breaking this thing pretty much in half.
That's a fun sound.
No.
Chiropractor noises.
Yeah, no kidding.
Anything else?
But with none of that flesh in the way to muffle it.
Oh.
No, I'm good.
All right, Zagrex.
Ah, I don't like the sound of that. I'm gonna move to here and bonk the one that's on the bridge.
Okay, bonk away. That hits.
24 of bonk.
Nice.
6
It
bonking
explodes,
damage.
and then it explodes a second time as the kinetic force explodes it again.
I was
Ah,
like,
yes.
ew. That sounds
Yeah.
clatter.
The whole xylophone just clatters out of it 'cause it's just made of bones.
Sorry.
We all have to make dex saves as the
Yeah.
Bone shrapnel.
it's just shrapnel comes out everywhere. It's like you set off a grenade.
15, 20, 25, 30.
That's a good band name, Flesh Grenade.
Flesh grenade, yeah.
And then that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. Then
Oh, it's. Or is it not me?
not
It is you.
yet. Give me a second.
Or is it not?
He's doing
With
something.
the small boys.
Yeah, little boys might be coming. Round, what, 5? 4?
Another of the undead elks comes storming out of the forest on that side, and you also hear noises from the forest below.
I
Nope,
don't
let's
like
keep
it
going.
here.
It's like a tower defense at this point.
Elora.
No,
Now it's my turn. Okay.
we need to go.
We are going.
25.
Not yell.
And I will try to use Eldritch Blast on this one.
Roll it.
23!
Yep, that hits.
9.
9 points of damage, so you slam in with the first Eldritch Blast. It manages to take out like both of its hind legs, but still trying to bite and tear with its front.
Alright, I'll go at it again.
It is force damage. I don't know if
19.
that changes anything. Okay.
That hits. And
10 force damage.
Yeah. this time
Alright.
you take out the front paws, and while it's still trying to bite at you, it's so half-hearted and not really able to gain any ground or distance, just there, kind of this jaw just going...
Okay.
So sad.
Well, I took out one of them.
Take that one with us so we can experiment on it.
No. You grab it.
This time the bear enters the radius and immediately gets torn apart by the feathers launching themselves away from you.
Awesome.
And then
Good,
it's
that'll
gonna
block
be-
the bridge for now.
Not until I move.
Goodness.
You know, honestly, they're so small that they kind of look like lemurs to me, and it makes me laugh every time.
They're like little puppies.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think
This
about it though.
It just
Think about
makes
it
me
as
sad.
chipmunk.
And that's all of
Hey,
those.
look, is that a
Irilyssa.
squirrel explodes? Is that a chip explodes? I think that might be a butt explodes.
Well, my feathers hit them and they just fall limp.
Yeah.
It's the radiant damage that makes them kaboom.
Yeah,
That,
let's-
Oh no, it's the
Hammers.
bludgeoning force damage that makes them go kaboom. That
Yeah.
explodes.
Target this new elk with a what is it? Sacred Flame.
Go for it.
We have so far to go.
So it needs to roll
Yeah.
a
Better get running, like I said.
save.
Oh.
19,
14.
it saves.
No, it doesn't take any damage.
Sad.
So this time you launch out a burst of radiant energy, and you just manage to get it underneath its belly and disappears out into the crevasse somewhere.
Oh no, that's rude. All right.
Oh, pardon me.
Want to stay with the group, so I'm not gonna run ahead.
Okay. Then it is Wolfie Boys.
God. We should probably just run ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Saying that.
And one of them needs to make a wisdom save. It just dies. It just dies. That was a natural one.
It just
Wow.
dies.
Excellent.
Right, so the one wolf that's near Alyssa is going to go and strike at you. That is a 15 to hit.
It's miss.
Again, it just can't get through the thick armor that you have there. And Vulwin.
Okay, I'm gonna move. There's too many of these things. It's spooky. Alright. 30 puts me here.
This dog is being very bad.
This one?
That one? Actually, you know
This
what?
one?
Since I'm if I'm
That's a
actually right
rabbit,
here,
silly.
I can pivot right there with my
No.
last movement, and I can strike at it.
Kill all the rabbits.
Go for it.
So let's see if we can get this thing.
That hits.
25 to hit. And mark
We
that.
need your feet
Has it already
for
been
luck.
damaged?
This one's not damaged, no.
Okay.
Rotted rabbit feet, yay.
10 piercing damage.
It does less than you expect, so 5.
As always, I will attack it again.
Go for it. Yep, that
The
hits.
20. This one is damaged now for 11 piercing damage.
Good enough.
May or may not still be up. Okay.
Good enough.
Good enough. Nice.
We need to go. We're going to get surrounded here.
They are
Just
going.
run.
Right.
Tahko. Tahko.
My turn?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to run.
Also, yeah, real quick, I do want to mention
Let's see.
in a turn, still had a bonus action. I'm going
Oh.
to hidden step. I'm going to disappear.
So 5, 10, 15.
I say run
Yeah.
and I disappear.
25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Double move.
Taco finds is like, okay,
Bye,
fine.
Tahko.
So,
Bye.
in your movement, does it trigger the aura on anything near you?
No.
Or
It's
okay.
It's on their turn.
When they enter or they start.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
Otherwise, that would be OP as crap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just have to zigzag back and forth.
Yeah.
No, you just like five step out, 5 step in, they're back in, 5 step out.
Ha! Yeah,
Anything else, Tahko?
No. Let's double move. That's all I got.
All right, Zagrax.
Following orders.
Yeah. With Vulwin saying run and disappearing and Tahko just running, I'm going to also run. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Bye,
Okay.
Elora.
Speed. Technically, it's by Irilyssa. Sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Irylyssa's got this.
Anything
Yeah, she's
else?
Nope.
Okay.
Irylyssa's gonna say, Elora, run. I'll be right behind you.
Okay.
Before you do that, a brilliant white moose appears at the very fringe of the forest and starts bounding towards you, Zagrax.
It's evil, Johan.
Right here? Okay.
Evil Johan!
And you glance around, hearing its hooves. I need you to make a wisdom save, please.
Oh dear.
Spooky.
Johan save, come on.
Oh dear.
And your
Oh,
eyes
no.
lock with its eyes, and you feel your muscles tense, and you're unable to move as its hooves crash down upon you. That is a 20 to hit.
Ha! Oh no, I have 20 AC. Dang it, that hits.
You take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as both of its hooves just raise up and then hammer into you.
Damn.
You still have your armor of faith or whatever it is on?
No, not anymore.
Oh.
That
Well,
armor of
what's-
faith gets me to 20.
Oh.
Oh.
Shield of faith gets me to 20, so I no longer have shield of faith on. Sad.
I can't save though.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
By the way, Johan backwards is Nahoy!
Thank
Nahoy.
you. Thank
Nahoy.
you. Ah, yes, evil Johan. Nahoy.
Nahoy.
Ahoy, ahoy.
Very sad. Every time, I swear, every time I use Shield of Faith, I don't think I've ever actually saved anything with it. They're always higher than 20 or lower than 18, so it really doesn't do anything, which is
One
sad.
moose bite.
True.
It's a 10% improvement.
Technically, it's a lot more than that. There's the bonus AC, the math on it. The higher your armor class, is like a huge kickback
Yeah, but
statistically.
each side of the die is a 5%
Anyway.
chance, so.
Yeah, I read an article on it, and AC's the like, there's a box. I don't like this.
What's it doing? A breath attack?
That's nuts, a Johan battle box.
No.
He's putting down the
Battle
Johan battle box.
Johan
God.
Battle Box. Only
Johan the
$22
White
and you
versus
get one per
Johan the
month.
Gray.
get the Johan Battle Box shipped to you each month.
Oh
No,
god.
I don't want it.
True.
Anytime, I guess.
I say no.
Not me?
Oh, and it's blue now.
Oh,
Comes in
No,
different
it's a blue
colors.
battle box.
Oh god.
That means it's electric damage.
Oh shit.
No, it's white now.
Ah,
I don't know.
that's cold damage.
It's changing between blue and white. I don't know what's going on.
Now,
Ah!
now it's the
and
only
suddenly, this 10-foot tall wall of ice leaps up around Tahko, Zagrax, and this creature that just came charging in, locking themselves away from the rest of the party, and the rest of the party away from those two. Elora.
What? Okay, Elora is concerned about this, but she can't do anything about it. So she's actually gonna go 5, 10, 15.
thing. Just blast through the ice.
No, actually, what she's gonna do.
No Han, bad Han.
No
oh,
Han.
God. No Han, no.
Negahan.
Oh god.
Yeah, I'll hit it. Okay, cool. So, I'm aiming this in order to not hit my friends that are right next to me, and I can do that because it's a cone. I'd like to cast... I hope this works. I'd like to cast Fear on them all.
Okay.
On these animals.
Shame.
So they all need to take a wisdom saving throw and drop whatever they're holding or become frightened, and then they have to dash away from me on their turn.
Okay, so as you try to reach into their minds to terrify them, there's nothing there. There's nothing for you to reach inside
No, there's
and
nothing
terrify.
for them to be scared of.
Yeah.
You just got to be more terrifying than whatever.
She's like, roar! Nothing happens.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Sorry.
It's like, okay, well, no, it's fine. That's why I was like, is this even worth doing? So I was waiting, but she doesn't know. So
Oh.
And there's this here. So, yeah, that was her turn.
Okay.
And she's like, well, I tried, guys. And you guys just saw her pitifully roar.
I see you. Just keep going.
Oh, I actually can move here.
Yeah,
That's
keep going. We're
You
fine.
just hear like a voice boom out of like right next to you. Just
Roar.
Roar. Nothing bad. No!
No! Ah!
Well, I tried.
Little babbing buddies.
Hope you guys are doing okay. I can't see anything
you guys are
anymore.
doing okay.
We're surrounded by bunnies that are trying to bap us.
Yep. And finally, they get to do something. My goodness. So this one's going to be against Elora. That's an 8.
No.
They finally get to do something.
She just
8.
kicks it.
Vulwin, 1 against you. That's another 8.
I'm magically invisible though.
You are
so-
invisible. Okay, so these are both against Irilyssa. That's an 11,
No.
a 22,
That does hit.
and an 8.
Dang.
That does not hit.
You take
20.
sake. 1 point of damage.
Ow! I'm down.
You want to soak that with your temporary hit points, or
My
Absolutely.
temporary hit points are already gone.
oh
So,
my
like,
gosh, that must mean you're down then.
One of them just kind of
Yeah,
manages to
true.
bite you on the big toe or something like that, and it's just one of those little gaps in the armor because your boot rather than the armor, and manages to bite through it into you, doing 1 point of damage.
He swears in Draconic.
Irilyssa, you're up.
Even though Zagrex can't hear the swear in Draconic, he feels the disturbance in the Force.
Alright, I've had enough of these things. I am also going to cast Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm guessing
walls are
yours
like 10
is
feet tall.
rather more
Radiant!
light than theirs. Yep.
It's a bunch of little crescent moons that come out.
Yeah. Moon cheese.
No, no cheese.
Oh.
The cheese is just my headcanon food.
Okay, but they do the save on their turn, or is it when you cast?
When they start in this, in the ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba.
When they start. Or
Yes, of
Okay.
course, of course.
Start or enter.
Yep.
Rid of him so I can see a bit more. Oh, was that
Should
everything?
Still reduce
Sorry.
this.
Yes, that's everything.
I feel like the AI in a game at the moment, just like move, 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 move. Everyone's out of your vision, but move, 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 move. Vulwin.
Okay.
Oh wait,
Sorry,
no, they
they're
get
just
attacks. Yeah, they don't just stand there.
Yep.
And they also do their wisdom saves. That's 1, 2.
Well, it's
3 of them.
13 radiant damage.
That's a fail,
If they
a fail, and a
fix.
fail. So that's 13 doubled. Pop. 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 Well, that was fun. Vulwin.
Okay.
He's just rolling dice to see how badly they explode. Or disintegrate.
Actually,
Yeah,
how does this look to everyone, Irilyssa, as these guys come bounding in towards you?
Isn't it like the phases of the moon?
Yeah, it's these moons just kind of float into them, and they kind of just disintegrate into this sparkly moon dust.
Okay.
Shredded moon cheese.
I was going to say, except the dust has this yellow hue. Vulwin.
Nice. Okay, so first thing that happens, start a turn, the invisibility drops.
Okay.
I'm now visible, standing right next to you still, Irilyssa. Didn't move anywhere. See, there's a bunch of these small ones. There's still an elk up, and oh gosh, gotta scroll up. There's this whole wall of ice. I don't know what the hell just happened, but we're still gonna have to cut our way through. I don't think we can move as fast. Everything keeps popping out. And he's going to go ahead and move up. Let's see. I think it will provoke an attack of opportunity from the small one.
Oh no,
That
danger.
one, and
Oh yeah, both of them actually. This one there and that one there. Yeah.
that one.
That's a 21 and an 11.
Oh
Yep,
man.
21 will hit.
That's another point of damage.
That one's just
Nice.
rude.
Yeah, I agree.
So this one just kind of like claws you as you go past, but it's just a little rabbit, and the claw isn't really very big or well developed, and it pinches a little.
Like I partially trip over and bonk my nose and get back up. It's like, what were you doing there?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. So then 10 over this way, there's two of these big bears. Big think right now. He's gonna actually move to the right-hand side, over here. So, 15, 20, 25, and he is gonna attack this one, because we have to cut a path through.
Okay.
Right.
So, he is going to use a bonus action. Let's see here. Bonus action for Hunter's Mark on this thing. And make an attack.
Go for it. 24 definitely hits.
Yeah. Yeah. I do have Hunter's Mark.
This one has not been hurt before, though.
For 9 points of piercing, which I assume is probably the same as before.
Yep, so that's halved, so that's 4.
Yep. And he's going to make another attack.
Go for it.
That one probably misses.
13 hits.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah.
So Hunter's Mark again on this one, but this one also has Colossus Slayer, so 18 points of damage. Piercing.
Halved. 9.
Of course.
So you,
I figured.
You stab in with the first blade, and it goes in almost unopposed under the flesh, and then chips against some of the bones. You pull it out, and then you basically go for a blow against its neck, but you almost reverse it in your hand, and you stab down like that, like a hook. And you do manage to get through its neck, but again, it seems to be a lot of the flesh that's just there, and it doesn't care about that. You rip a big chunk of that away, but it just keeps going.
Yep, just trying to still the flow of all these creatures. So, I'm done.
Okay, Tahko.
All right. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to mace this moose.
Bear in mind that Zagrax is currently held, so you do not get advantage because he's not a threat.
He's held?
He's paralyzed with fear.
Oh,
Yeah.
fun. All right. Well, no advantage for me. Whoop. Oh,
Oh, no.
Oh.
Ah,
Now the moose is wielding your warhammer.
no!
Roll me
Now you'll have to do the
1d6.
bopping.
A D6. Okay.
Oh no, you're gonna. That's Zagrax.
3. Dead son of
Roll me an attack.
Oh, okay. Warhammer again?
Yeah, Warhammer.
Okay. Same bonuses?
Yep.
Alright. 11.
11. So this Warhammer goes woof, 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 and clatters against your armor, Zagrax, and then just falls prone at your feet.
Nice.
Not
It
that you
does
can really
nothing.
react to this. So you just got hit
Yeah.
like in the face in your helmet, and you're just like, ugh! Still can't
Alright,
move.
I'll be
though.
like, step out of it.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah. Meant to do that. That's my turn.
Zagrax, give me a wisdom save.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yay!
Now this is technically at the end of your turn, so you are no longer held, but you don't get a turn this turn.
No turn this turn.
Yeah, that's still pretty good.
Sad. Happy but
Fortunately, it's
sad.
Nohan's turn.
Johan.
Nohan.
No, huh?
No, Han.
Let's look something up.
Nohan's getting dealt 6 and/or 12 points of damage.
Okay, I'll do that save in just a second.
Hammer to the face definitely is the reason. I was able to break free, by the way, 100%.
Yep.
Okay,
For that.
so that is... Where's his stat thing? There it is. Wisdom save. That's a 6.
No.
Nice.
12 necro
Good.
damage.
Just imagine, you could have done 24 radiant damage.
If I did that.
If one did such things as radiant damage.
Okay, so your blades come spinning out, or the feathers come spinning out and start chipping away at the pale white moose, but this thing's big, it's tough, it's beastly, and yeah, you've done some damage, but it seems to be barely anything.
Oh
And
no.
then it's its turn,
He's just a pincushion now.
and I'm going to need Tahko and Zagrax to give me a dexterity save, please.
Alright. Yes! Oh, not good.
Okay, so the air around the moose starts to crystallize as the moisture from the air itself is brought out and frozen solid, and it starts to swirl and swirl and swirl, picking up speed as it does so, impacting each of you repeatedly. And you are going to take 8 points of bludgeoning damage, halved if you saved, which Zagrax you did.
And I'm going to use my reaction to not take any.
Okay.
Well, I guess it's 4, never mind. I want to use it, but there's really no reason to. Uh-oh.
And 9 points of cold damage, again halved if you saved.
And halved again because
That's a lot of
resisted.
ones.
So 3.
Yeah.
So I'm getting blasted for how much here?
That
9
was
plus 8
7.
would be, 17. Yeah, I can take that. However,
Well, the cold damage is halved.
oh yeah, that's true. So it's 8 plus 5 is 13. So
And this area... Let's go with... This area right now is just being blasted by snow and ice. And those of you from outside the wall see that the weather inside, you can see these flecks of snow and ice swirling from around the side. Some of it spilling over... In fact, no, it'd be contained by the wall, so it's not outside the wall, it's still within. And you can very much hear that there seems to be some kind of localized blizzard going on inside.
I have to do a concentration check. Is that just a constitution score?
Yes.
Okay. And what's the DC on this?
10 or half of the damage if it's more than 10.
Okay.
So it's 10,
Well,
so you saved.
Yeah, I don't think it counts temporary hit points, so I'm good.
Right. There is one of those still alive, and it's going to go 5, 10.
Ah,
It's going to move you out the way. It's going to go there, just because.
Doesn't it take
Angles.
damage from aura,
Yep.
or did it
Yeah.
already take damage?
Let's go, Divine Elk.
June.
Wisdom.
Get 'em.
That's a 5.
That's a fail.
How much damage did you do?
26.
Yeah, 26
it was
radiant.
13, so it's
38.
double the 26.
Radiant?
Divine MVP out here, like I
Wow.
said.
Yeah.
Elora,
You don't even
over
have
to
to be
you.
weak to that to explode.
Elora! Okay. Elora's gonna shoot Eldritch Blast at that thing. That's her plan. Yep. Because none of her other spells are gonna work. That's a 15.
15 hits.
8.
8 points of damage. Okay, so you aim and blast bolt of force against it, slamming through it, taking away like one of its shoulders,
Yep.
but it's
And
still
then she'll
holding
just try
itself up on the
again.
3 that it's got left.
Did that go? Hey, wait. I don't think it went. There we go.
13 is
Oh,
a
it
hit.
did go. It's
definitely
the 13.
13 hits. That's another 8 points. So you aim at the other shoulder, and this time you kind of get a glancing blow across the side of its torso, which takes away a lot of its
Okay.
flesh, but doesn't seem to care that much. Although you
Okay.
do normal amount.
And she'll just go here.
Okay.
Next to Vulwin. And be like, Irilyssa, come here.
Do we want to take our break before we start the next round?
Oh no.
Yes.
'Cause I have a feeling this is gonna go for.
However, I'm going to
to
do the bear's turn because the bear goes before the
Okay.
end. And it does what it's
Divine
needs to make a
Bear's
whiz
Might.
save, so I'm going to do that first. That's a 5. It takes, what was it, 26?
Yep.
That's exactly what it had left. And it crumbles as it moves through the aura. However, the other one is going to strike at Vulwin. It's going to bite you first. That's an 11 to hit.
That'll miss.
And then it's going to try and claw at you with a 16.
Ooh, hold on, let me double check my AC. I think that matches. That matches. So
Damn.
yeah,
That's a
it
hit.
hits.
So you take 15
Dang.
points of slashing damage as
Ow.
this claw just hammers into you, winding you momentarily.
Pain.
And then
It
I'm
is
going to do
pain.
the animals. Am I? In fact, all of these will just pop, 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 pop.
Choo-choo-choo-choo-choo-choo. Party pinata time.
It's horrifying.
You know
They
that
just-
horrifying scream that rabbits do?
No!
Except
Except
there is
they
no
don't.
scream.
They
It's
make no
completely
sound.
Oh, that's
silent.
right.
They just
Whoa.
They go to,
disintegrate.
they all
Yeah.
go to run, and yeah, they just all turn into like ash like immediately.
Just a gore fest around us.
There's no gore. It's just dust.
Oh, I guess they are just, they're getting Thanos. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Irilyssa, best Thanos. 50% is just all zombies instead of.
Okay, then it would be Irilyssa, but I agree this would be a good point to take our break, so we will do that right now, and we will
Okay.
continue this madness on the other side. So we're going to take
Yay.
5 minutes, so at 1:45 we'll continue.
Okay. Wow. Spoiled her hair.
Alright, so bringing this back in again, the battle, the race almost to get to Lonelywood continues. Irilyssa, you're up.
I am going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on this bear.
Okay, that's a wisdom save?
Dexterity.
Dex. Even worse,
for
that's a
it.
10.
That's a failure, so he takes 30 radiant damage.
Build their hours. You got this.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And it just... And the face of the might of Saloon. And just clearing a path through these creatures. Anything else?
I'll try and call out to Tahko and Zagrax. Tahko and Zagrax, are you two alright?
Oh yeah, we're fine.
Can we even hear that?
Yeah, can we hear?
Good
Yeah, yeah.
question.
Actually,
a
make
10-foot
me
wall.
a perception check. Both of you.
Okay.
Because you are in the middle of a blizzard right now.
That's a blizzard?
Well,
Oh yeah,
it's-
yeah, it's doing that effect as well. That's
Nice
right.
wall. Yeah.
Yes, I'll say you can. No, Zagrax can't. Tahko, you can.
Well, no surprise there.
At least it was. I was close. It wasn't like blatantly no.
Yep.
Oh, so they fixed my eyes, not my hearing.
Yeah.
True.
So I'm like, no, we're fine. And you're like, what?
I can't hear you.
Anything else, Irilyssa?
Uh-oh.
Irilyssa?
No, I'm good.
No. You had a look on your face like you were contemplating doing something really devastating.
And I was getting a
just
little bit
did
scared.
30 points of.
Oh,
I
yeah,
just did
don't get me
30
wrong. Oh,
points
yeah.
of radiant damage. I think that's devastating enough.
And you've got a radiant aura
There
going on,
is.
so...
Yeah, not gonna argue with that. Oh man, there's more
Yeah.
dogs.
Yay! We get to kill all the puppies. Kill the puppies left
Vulwin.
and right.
I don't want to kill.
Okay. These
Do you want-
puppies
have-
first.
Oh yeah, they
Do you want-
probably. Maybe. I'm not going to say probably, but maybe. That's a save and that's a failure. In fact, there's a third one. That's a
It's
success.
3d8,
So two of them
right?
succeed.
Highwind?
Hmm?
It's 3d8, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
It's even more!
Wow.
Even the ones that succeeded are just like, nope.
Yes.
Dust.
So the wolves that come bounding in towards you immediately just get clobbered by these globes of lunar light as they turn
Do
into
these
ash.
all appear mindless, or just the winter wolf and the moose aren't?
These are all clearly undead. The winter wolf was mindless. The moose, as far as you can tell, except for being big and pale white, seems normal.
Oh, so they could use turn undead, but fear does nothing.
But the smaller animals just seem to be mindlessly attacking, right?
Yep.
Okay. So they're not going to turn to each other and be like, "Screw this, I'm out."
Vulwin.
I turn to Irilyssa and be like, if we make it through this, I take back everything I said about your goddess's whibs. And he's gonna put one of his swords away and take out the wand of the self-made wizard and aim at the ice wall.
Okay.
And he's gonna shoot into it.
Roll
Nice.
me an attack.
Okie dokie.
Do you miss the ice wall?
13.
Almost. And roll damage.
Okay. Oh,
Now you're
16
the
fire.
wizard.
Alright, so where exactly are you aiming?
So the last place I saw this thing was over here. There's an ice wall in front of me here. This is where I'm aiming at the ice wall right in front of me.
There.
Okay.
I'm hoping to blast a hole in it.
This spot
Maybe
or
melt some.
this spot?
So from where I'm at, it's basically this ice wall that's like right in front of me. So straight away.
Oh.
Alright, I don't know how exactly
Yeah,
this is going to work, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just say
See, if it
that
has
you've-
weakness to fire, then that's hopefully a big blast of the chunk of ice.
See that? Ah! There we go.
Ah.
Go away. No.
Gun. Red. You have made a blast through there. Can you see that?
No.
Okay, that didn't
No.
work. Unfortunately,
Okay.
because this is all technically one circle now, I can't just delete a section.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fair.
Can you
So-
treat as an object and then
Yeah. Maybe
release
just
it?
draw, like this. Is it like this kind of deal?
That's what I'm trying to do, except it's on top of the line, so you can't see it. Can you see that
Say-
now?
No.
No, you have to
You
delete.
can just
the
do a
original.
freehand, probably.
Oh, I see a line.
Like, oh,
Okay.
Stay
sorry.
here now.
Oh, I see
Yeah.
the line. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
where
cool.
there's a gap right now.
Right, so blast a hole into the side of it.
Yep. So you pull out the laser, you fire the shot, and it just starts melting. And you can see that as the energy is concentrated on this, it's just making a bigger and bigger hole until eventually there's enough for you to get through if you so wished.
Awesome. Can anything be seen from there, or is it like your wind comes like sweeping out because you mentioned something about a blizzard?
This is where things get complicated.
Right.
Because I'm going to have the same problem because vision works the same way. It's just a circle now.
Yeah, I just, at the same time, Vulwin's just like, Damn, magic feels good.
Alright.
Just freaking laser
I'm
beam.
going to remove that for a second. I'm going to try and do these on individual pieces.
I can see.
Nice.
Evil moose. I like it.
Moose is silly.
Oh, it works.
Nice. That's
Oh.
awesome. Chunk.
Cut.
Chunk.
Ooh.
Chunk.
This is the wall being built when we watched it build. Oh god, what's going?
I know on stream you're probably not able to see this, but it looks really cool as the darkness starts just enveloping everything.
No, they
on
can
this.
see it.
Oh,
No,
no,
they
they
can
can
see
see
it.
it.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, they can.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
That's the bit that you've just removed.
Cool.
Nice.
Then I'll just yell out, "If you're still alive in there, now's your chance."
They can
And
see
yeah,
part
it
of
should
it.
be said that you can now get through, but there is just this blizzard, this wall of ice and snow in front of you.
Yeah.
So while you can probably
so-
make out like the silhouettes of those within, it's really difficult to see in.
Yeah. That's what I just yell it out. If they're still alive in there, like, here's your chance. And you guys should probably see a blast of fire just come blasting in.
I don't know if I can hear you. I mean, we might just have to.
I
Hey,
can't.
I yelled. Maybe you can't though.
Yeah,
But maybe you'll see the blast of fire. Who knows?
Make a perception
It's
check.
pretty windy. I know.
It cuts
Nope.
through the blizzard.
No.
Zagrax,
No.
solid.
Neither of you here.
All right.
Tahko, unless you're doing anything else. Vulwin.
That was it.
Consistent.
All right,
I
Tahko.
think the best I can do is.
All right, I am
actually,
going
can move.
to
I'll move up.
attempt
Sorry.
to slap the sky with what's it called? Inflict wounds.
Okay. Roll it.
I do believe I have advantage now.
Yes, you do.
Good.
It's bread and butter.
14 hits.
Ah, yes, thank you. Level 2, submit.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
23 points of damage. Nice.
Jeez.
Yeah.
23 minus 23 points of necrotic damage. So you reach out and again, like you've seen with the creatures before, the flesh around it just starts to die. However, I am going to need you to make a constitution save, please.
Ooh, I like those. Let's see. Constitution. Not with advantage, but I still got a 9.
9's all around.
9's for everyone.
9.
And as you reach out and touch it,
Fine.
you feel that his flesh is intensely cold, and you take 16 points of cold damage, which with your resistance will be
16
halved.
points!
Ooh, that bites
Wait,
back.
So
It's
have
8 with
8.
yeah
8.
Okay.
Oh, man.
pain.
It bites
Oof.
back.
And let me do another con save to see if I lose my spell. Nope. I'm good.
Save, yeah, that's the high roll. Yep, you're good. Just.
Yep. Ah!
Anything else?
No, that's good.
All right, Zagrax, you're up.
Here we go. Beatdown time. Come on. Okay. I'm
Have
walking.
advantage.
25 hits.
Nice.
For 5 damage. Sad min damage.
Oh,
Minus 5. So you lash out with the warhammer, but you seem to impact just in one of the spots that had just started to decay and corrode. So even though you got a good hit in, most of the flesh there was already dead.
And then I'm going to Divine Smite on top of it.
Okay.
nice.
So 6 radiant damage.
Doesn't seem to do anything extra like you've seen with the undead, just
Oh.
exploding. But the radiant damage you impact, and it does the 6 points.
Okay.
And you can see
And
that
then
like where
I'm
your
gonna-
impact was, it starts to sear intensely hot, and then fades as the cold once again takes root.
Okey-doke. Well, I'm a bonk again.
Go for it. 21
Oh,
hits.
21.
Nice.
Another 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. Okay. So you slam your warhammer in a second time.
And then I'm going to bonus action. Hit him again
Go for it.
Wow.
with the shield bash.
18 hits.
18. For 7. Minimum damage again.
And
Sad.
So you
Sad.
crack him in the snoot
Sad.
with the shield.
Back off, Moose.
Back off, no Han.
Yes.
Is that everything?
Yes, that is everything.
It's
Oh.
dangerous.
Okay, then.
Lose his turn, it takes damage.
That is a save, 16. So he takes half,
Yep.
so 7.
Alright.
So these little feathers again just start slicing into him, cutting out a couple of chunks of his torso, but it doesn't seem particularly perturbed.
Okay.
However, it does turn on you. And as it does, your eyes lock, and I need you to make a wisdom save.
Aw. Okay.
It's okay, you're good at those.
Save.
Hey.
And you feel
24
this
is-
intense
You were tempting
cold
fate there,
wash over you. You feel your muscles start to lock up. With a sheer strength of will, you just start to flex your muscles, roll your shoulders a little bit, and you're able to fight off the feelings of cold.
I'm not trapped in here with you, you're trapped in here with me.
And
I don't like that face.
What's Druid Moose doing?
then after this, I'm gonna need.
Oh,
Actually, he's gonna. He's basically gonna flatten himself against the wall here. So Zagrax, you do get an attack of opportunity if you wish.
Nice.
Hey. Do I get advantage on it or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'd still be surrounding it when he's leaving.
16
hits. Yep.
Yay. 6.
It's still something.
I know it's something, but it's just I've rolled 1s and 2s on everything other than the Divine Smite.
Hey, at
Okay.
least it's not 1s and 2s on attacks.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So as it steps aside, it basically moves around behind Tahko, and as it does, its jaw seems to unhinge slightly, and this
Oh.
intense burst of cold energy washes out from it. But as you would expect, it doesn't get blocked by the wall and washes straight through the wall, impacting all of you. So I'm going to need Tahko, Vulwin, Elora, and Irilyssa to make a Constitution save, please.
Jeez.
Oh no.
Awesome.
13.
I think we're trapped in here with it, Tahko. I think we're
22.
trapped in here with it.
Low.
Nah.
No, a 3!
Okay, so Elora, Vulwin, and Irilyssa, you have all failed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, 13's not high enough.
You're not even in this fight and you're getting hurt. Man.
Yeah, we're in this fight. I shot into this fight.
Elora, Vulwin, and Irilyssa, you take 41 points of cold damage. And Tahko, you take half.
Okay.
So I take 11.
Okay. I'll take half of that.
Halved for resistances as normal.
Elora's alive but dying.
Yeah,
He's alive but doesn't want to be.
I'm pretty bloody too. In fact.
Constitution, and I keep my
Yeah.
spell.
That's true.
Yeah, let me see if I can keep my spell.
Oh yeah, just got to make a DC.
Hey!
Nice.
Take that con save
Let's
as
see, that was...
It'd be
Nope.
How much
I
damage
lose
did you take?
concentration on Hunter's Mark.
Irilyssa?
20.
So that would be 10
22.
still, so still DC 10.
Same.
Okay, good. So my Spirit Guardians is still up.
Okay,
I do lose concentration on Hunter's Mark though.
okay.
How's this moose looking, by the way?
Um,
You put a lot of
Injured,
damage.
I would say.
Injured.
Awesome.
and...
Oh.
Is that storm still up?
No, the storm has faded as its turn ends.
Okay.
So I can see in here, right?
Yes, now you can.
Okay.
If
I'm
you're
gonna
conscious.
crawl up here.
Yeah, you probably look as bad as me. You're just like, oh shit.
Ah!
And I'm going to... God, go away, you stupid elk.
Wow.
Wisdom saves,
down.
all of you.
Yeah.
Run down.
One got a natural one, so definitely just goes boop. And in
Hey!
fact, I'm fairly sure that...
While you do that, let me do something.
No, he's still up.
Uh-oh.
Really?
I think that's still the 18 from earlier. Prior.
Oh,
It's
is
still
it?
that same. I think it's still the same turn.
Yeah, it's better if I do
Yeah,
this.
you're right.
Okay,
it
I'm
is.
going...
So it is
Oh.
also dead in that case.
Okay.
Yay.
Okay,
Actually,
now it is actually
you are-
Laura.
Thank you.
I don't mind spike it.
If we didn't
Let's
have
see.
these auras, we would have been so
You can mind spike
freaking dead.
the big moose. 'Cause it's
Yeah,
alive.
this moves. What I'm
Yeah.
trying to do.
Okay.
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save, mind spike. DC 14, it rolled a 16, so saves.
Oh, okay, it takes half a 19.
That's 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So-
Well, she tried.
As your mind touches that of the mooses, you get an intense feeling of just malice, hatred,
Okay.
and it's almost
Okay.
overwhelming as you do so.
After she does it, she'll hold her head and be like, "It hates all of us."
I mean, it sounds like a moose to me. It's not exactly-
That's
average
nothing
moon
special,
feeling.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Anything
feel
else?
the same right now.
Anything else,
You
Elora?
hate me? No,
No, I
she's done.
hate it.
It can be Irylyssa's turn.
Okay. A couple more bears emerge from the
Oh
forest.
my god.
And also a bunch of the little skeletal animals, but I'm not going to even bother putting them on the map anymore. They just keep on running at you and they keep on disintegrating.
It's horrifying. Oh,
Irilyssa,
Hey!
you're up.
It's a shame there's no like vampiric touch plus that, or you could be slowly gaining hit points at this
Oh my
rate.
gosh.
True.
Wish.
okay.
I drink your milkshake, and yours, and yours, and yours.
More sips inbound.
I'm not is evil. Oh man.
Is it
But
not evil either?
between Vulwin and Elora, which one looks more hurt?
Yeah. Yes.
We look at each other like completely covered in like
Elora.
frost. It's like,
Yeah, it's
Elora?
definitely-
Definitely Elora.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I
it's
don't have to
close,
know
but
all
Elora.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So,
oh yeah, that was still a lot of damage. A lot of
so
damage.
I'm going to cast. Okay. My roll 20 was freaking out for a second there. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Elora
Yay!
at level 2.
Yay!
So
18. Nice.
she heals 18.
Oh god, she looks actually okay now.
And.
Just okay though.
Move in range of the
I can't do the other thing I want to do.
Aw.
Yep, that's my turn.
Thank you.
You can come into the moose buffer.
No,
zone.
thank you. I do not want to go in there.
Horrible.
Well, we can see in there now
That's your
because
problem.
there's no blizzard. Nah.
Until it sprays out of you again.
Mhm.
Why?
I mean, I can move here, but I can't see it. But I know it's right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
True.
this might be what's causing everything here.
Kill the moose.
But I don't want to leave these two unattended, so I'm just gonna stay there.
That's good. Hey,
That's their turn.
we appreciate your moonbeam,
Yeah.
but not
Yeah.
the spell moonbeam.
This is just a mobile moonbeam minus the silence, isn't it?
No silence.
Oh, not the.
I just
Invisi-
can't turn shapeshifters back into their original forms.
Yes, that.
yeah.
And it's stuck on you, which
Yeah.
is actually a good thing, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, depends.
More of a
right?
hands-off moonbeam.
All
Yeah.
right.
I mean,
They have pros and cons.
This is also a 3rd level spell.
Oh, Moonbeam second?
Yep.
Okay.
And another wave of wolves is making their way forwards.
Awesome.
It's literally the entire forest.
Well, I mean, the wolves are attracted to the moon.
True.
Vulwin.
Oh,
And that's why Irilyssa likes dogs so much. There's a reason.
When the two auras cross each other, will the moon cheese and the feathers fight each other?
They will combine to be all powerful.
Oh, man.
They just give each other the stink eye when they pass. Just.
What happens when you what happens when you mix the Raven Queen with Saloon?
you get Sahamine?
Is it?
Shari.
No.
Is that how that works?
Queen Shah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, probably. Bit of both moods.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to the other two next to me and be like, there's been a lot of rumors about this thing. That thing looks crazier than everything else here. This might be what's causing it. This might be our only chance. This whole forest is infested. We have to take this thing down.
I'm trying.
And
I'm trying.
he's gonna put away his sword and reluctantly reach for the javelin. And so he's got the javelin in one hand and the wand in the other, and he's gonna move in.
Okay.
From right here, he's got range on this thing. I'm gonna bonus action. I'm gonna go to mark this guy.
Okay.
Hunter's mark him. And I'm going to try to fire right from here. Should be able to see him just fine.
Roll it.
All right. Let's see. 22.
Yep, that is.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. 8 fire damage, and an additional damage of types unknown.
Oh, types unknown.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I gotta
how
find
much
the.
mark
Mystery damage.
It's just
4 damage from
miscellaneous
Hunter's
damage.
Yep.
The most
It's
powerful
basically
damage.
we've been treating it as like damage of the same type, whatever
And the
it is
kitchen
for us.
It's basically just a
Yeah.
more accurate shot, so you're able to do more damage with it because you can pick a better target.
But it,
So
it is
12
still
points
nice.
of fire
though.
damage.
Precision damage, then.
Yeah, and he'll also take the Colossus Slayer since he has lost health, right?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay. Yeah, and that's an extra 5 on top of that.
Okay.
Yeah. Then he's going to.
He's looking badly injured at this point.
Yeah. He's gonna move
So
up.
as you-
I think.
As you take your shot with the wand, it burns this intense burst of hot energy into the sides of its flesh. You can see the moose actively recoil from it, like it falls back a step or two. But as soon as you release your finger from the trigger and the energy fades, you see that the cold, white, intense energy almost immediately starts cancelling out the heat. And where there was this moment of pinprick heat is once again just white.
Okay. Yeah, he yells crackle when he does that. And then
So it did
Yeah, he'll
normal
step-
damage for mechanic reasons, but yeah.
sounds good. Is javelin? Can that be thrown and melee, or is javelin just?
It's just thrown.
Just thrown.
You can
Is it?
melee with javelin, absolutely you can.
Oh, you can? I
yeah.
thought that was spear.
Oh, it has range and thrown properties on it,
Mhm.
but it's still just okay. Cool. Well, I think he'll still throw it. Is that that's a strength ranged for throwing, since it's not a
Yeah, it's... I don't actually know, it's either... It's strength and or dexterity. It might ring dexterity.
Let me know.
5e, javelin...
I had it down as strength, but I wasn't sure.
Strength. Yep, strength.
Okay, cool. There is a holy damage rider in this, I think. I don't know how much.
Oh,
that
it's
was
one
in
of the
this, 'cause
blessed morning
Yeah, it's
Lord
the
ones.
blessed one.
Oh, nice.
is that just like a 1d6 on it?
If you look at it, I have.
Gotta ask the group because I don't know.
I don't have
Oh,
one.
I can give you access to the item.
Oh, that would be wonderful, actually.
Did not
I can
realize
just
you had
roll
them.
that
Otherwise,
on my
yeah,
sheet.
absolutely, I can do that. It's not a problem.
Plus javelin. Damage is 1d6 plus 1 and 2d6 radiant versus undead. But only versus undead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Which I
1d6
don't think
plus
this guy's
1 or
undead.
Let's
2d6
see.
radiant versus undead.
Okay, so to
Oh,
hit
or
plus
2d6.
1.
Okay.
Oh, that's
That
good.
was on
Wait,
top.
no, I thought it was plus.
Sorry, yeah, it is
2d6
plus. It is plus.
to be-
Okay.
Okay. So I'll just roll the damage separately. I'll just roll to see if it even hits, so we can just, move on. So this is. Did it hit? I don't know. What just happened there?
6. Protector's Pounce.
Oh, that's
I don't know
not
what
it.
that
Let's
is.
do this. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, not looking.
17.
Okay, 17 to hit. There we go.
That does, in fact, hit. Yes.
Yay!
Okay, cool. And is that a 2d6?
No, 1d6. This is not undead.
It'd be 1d6 plus 1.
1d6 plus 1. And is it plus strength too, or?
Yes, but not proficiency. Well, are you proficient?
I think everyone is.
It's a simple weapon. Yeah.
Then yeah, it would be strength and
But
proficiency.
proficiency doesn't add the damage though.
Okay.
Right.
In that case, just strength.
Yeah.
Plus 1.
Okay. So just 1d6 plus 2 then altogether. Or just plus 1, sorry.
Yeah.
4.
Okay. Four damage. As
Okay, so you
javelin
unleash
toss.
this javelin, which sticks into its side, and you can see it flare up with some kind of inner energy as it impacts, but it doesn't seem to have any further effect on this.
Hunter's
Plus strength still.
Yeah, which I added a wonderful plus 1 to.
Hunter's mark as well.
okay.
Yeah.
This thing
Yep.
is near death.
All right, I'm getting there. I can't do anything else. That's it for me.
All right, Tahko.
All right, I'm going to say, Zagrax, get over there and bonk it. I'm going to point across from it. And then I'm going to ready an action where if this thing is still moving after it's been bonked, I'm going to cast this, inflict wounds on it.
Okay.
And then
Zagrax.
I'll hold my turn.
I go a scooty scoot, get behind it, and then commence the bonking.
Advantage bonking.
Advantage bonk.
Woo!
Nice.
Is it correct?
Crit for 12.
Wow.
12 points of damage. You crunch into it with that incredible power, just shattering. You can feel them, a couple of the ribs underneath the impact, and of course you get the poof afterwards, which just seems to percolate some extra damage inside with the shockwave, and it recoils away from you, head swinging around to look directly at you.
I'm gonna pump a second level Divine Smite in there as well.
Get it.
So slash
Double tap.
R
That is crit.
4d8. 17 radiant damage.
And with your radiant damage, the whole body seems to light up with the energy. You can see the top of its form starting to shimmer and then fade. The creature collapses down to its knees and then seems to lose all strength completely and falls to its side. But it doesn't just lie there. The form itself starts to deshape, to deform, to shrink as it becomes liquid and starts to soak into the ground beneath.
What?
Get the Windex out. Get the
It was-
bleach.
It was a doppelganger moose all along.
Oh no.
And as you stare in horror at this creature, there seems to be just this pool of liquid left, which slowly sinks into the earth until there is no sign of this creature having been here at all.
It doesn't even melt the snow under it or anything.
No, it seems to fade into the snow, if anything.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
What?
You don't
the ice
normally
still-
see that in a moose.
Yeah. Johan went with a splat. Nohan just whatever.
Yeah, true.
Zagrax melted it. That's new.
Oh, it's gone.
Yeah, we're good now.
I don't think it's supposed to do that.
You're like 3 pitches lower than normal.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I don't think it's supposed to do that.
Oh no!
Oh no.
It went in. It did the snow.
Wait, really? It's set at the same what? It's set at the same value.
Your natural voice is probably just deeper now. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not.
As you stand
Also, shut up.
staring for a moment, trying to regain your composure, you recognize that the creatures from behind in the forest are still making their way towards you, slowly but surely moving in. You also notice that the wind seems to have whipped up, bits of snow being caught in it as it starts to swirl, and you can feel that very, very definite feeling of a blizzard coming in quickly.
Yeah. Push forward. We gotta go.
Let's go.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
You rush towards the walls of the town ahead of you as the blizzard itself starts to take over. You see the forms of the undead creatures behind you starting to disappear into the musk. You're unable to see them. You can still hear the chatter of their bones as they creak together. As you run towards the town itself, a couple of arrows launch themselves out, striking targets unseen behind you. And there are a couple of welcoming beacons of fire lit on top of these barricades. Vulwin, you are surprised by this. Lonelywood doesn't have a wall.
They do now.
Yeah, well, we can worry about that one later.
And as you make your way to what seems to be the nearest opening of the barricade, bits and pieces are shifted aside, a ladder is thrown over the edge, and you start hauling yourself up the ladder and over on the other side. And as the last of you scales the walls, the ladder is pulled back, and you can still see that there are dark figures all around, longbows aiming, shooting out into the white out beyond. And slowly, as you, what are you doing at this point? Are you helping out? Are you just trying to get further into the town?
Yeah, once I know that I'm safe, I'm going to turn around and start ringing some bells of death.
Okay.
And shooting some chilling touches out there.
So you... Sorry, go on.
Give Tahko my sight, and I'm going to start picking off things with Sacred Flame.
Okay, even with your enhanced sight, it is very difficult to see because the storm has well and truly moved in. You feel like you're in the center of this whiteout. The flames, as big as they were, seem to be struggling against the intense energy that is swirling all around you at the moment. But as quickly as the blizzard rose, it fades again, and all the creatures that were outside, racing towards the walls, seem to have gone. All that is left is a trail of bodies leading to the walls, marking your passage.
Awesome.
The frick?
Wonderful.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Love
A
it.
figure detaches himself from the wall and makes his way over to you, Vulwin. The gleam of recognition sparks in his eyes as you recognize this to be one of the Rust Wolves.
Ooh. He's trying to catch his breath, but also looking around. Is this? I have a good guess of who it might be. Could be any of them. Do you have any descriptions?
Yeah, okay, so this guy seems to be a lot bigger, a lot taller than many of the other human figures that are around. Although, as you recognise now, there aren't just humans here. There are a couple of dwarves, a couple of half-elves, maybe even an elf or two, and a surprisingly large number of halflings detaching themselves from the walls, slings and crossbows, relaxed but still watchful as they look out. And the large towering figure that approaches you, you can see that he's got a large scar running across the left side of his face. He's missing a large chunk of his ear, and over his shoulder he's got a large two-handed copper-headed maul with an insignia engraved on one side.
Please tell me you have some kind of drink on you. I mean, who am I kidding?
Vulwin! I thought you were dead.
Yeah,
Oh,
I did too.
you're the first faces that we've seen outside of Lonelywood, how did you get through?
A gauntlet. A little bit of luck.
He kind of looks down at one of his hands and like tugs on his own gauntlet.
Yeah. Because of them.
And he'll nod his head back to the group that's, funneled in behind him and, like, scaled the walls.
I'll turn my head to the side. We beat up a moose, and then just look back to looking for more threats.
Good for you.
The white wolf.
Yeah, we've seen a few of those. Well done for slaying it.
And like 50 undead rabbits.
Yeah, probably the creatures out of our traps for the last couple of weeks. Unfortunately, this is not an unusual occurrence these days, hence, and he kind of pats the chair, which is just leaning up against this bulwark of just bits of furniture. And you notice now that this is not a wall, it's a barricade. It's made of like chairs, tables, little pieces of wood, logs, and in fact, as you'd approached the town, the trees used to grow up right up to Lonelywood and within the city itself. But everything outside of the town, to a distance of about 100 feet, has just been cleared, and there were just stumps on the way in. You can see that a lot of the trees and the logs have been piled up, the bushes, the branches, to make up this barricade, which is now ringing, from what you can tell, the entire town.
I didn't know we had walls, but it's a shoddy job, but a sight for sore eyes.
They've been needed. These incursions have been happening frequently. The first couple we barely managed to repulse since we got the walls up. We've been safe in here, but no one can leave. You can see what happens if anything living steps out.
Yeah, any idea how this started?
No. Best one you could talk to would be Nimsy about that.
I can see why Nimsy didn't come to the meeting then.
Meeting?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys probably don't even know there was a meeting.
So pulls the letter out of her
You've got mail.
bag.
There's a meeting
This
between
is for
officials.
Nimsy, I
with too
think.
much- Yeah, just a meeting between officials with too much time to spare.
Bryn Shander. Yeah, you better give that to her. She'll be out here somewhere, and he kind of looks around at the various figures manning the ramparts. A couple of them are starting to turn and return into the town. You hear this low chatter from among the various people around. Yeah, I don't see her at the moment, but if you go to the speaker's house, you'll find a plate of cookies, and I'm sure Nimsy will make an appearance soon enough.
Cookies, alright.
Wow.
I'll accept that.
That sounds good for our souls. After what we just experienced.
Yeah, no kidding.
How's the how many are left alive in the town? Please tell me it's enough.
Enough for what? They've even got the old soldiers like me manning the guards, manning the walls. For the moment, we're holding, but every time it seems to get closer. We're lucky they didn't make an attack for the walls themselves. They were clearly after you.
Yeah, lucky. We could use more of that.
Couldn't we all?
Rest of the wolves still here.
And with that, you kind of see his face fall a little bit. Some of them. I'm here. Your anger's here. Somewhere. He kind of looks around and... Where is she? Yeah, she's here somewhere. Vanamir and Toral left some time ago. Hunting some kind of treasure, they said. And your Almar's gone after Big Red.
What's Big Red?
Big Red. Does that sound familiar to me?
As your... Yes, there is a Yeti. Actually, make me a history check with advantage.
Okay. 11.
You know only that Yorulmar's been obsessed with hunting a certain yeti that he just calls Big Red. You don't know much more than that. Yorulmar was always very tight-lipped about what exactly his prey was. You just know that it's an especially ferocious yeti.
Can't believe he's out hunting this at a time like this. Did he have a lead or something?
Yeah, the moose is out there somewhere. We catch sight of it from time to time. And he went into the forest chasing it, thinking it was the source of this.
We beat up the moose
Felled
and
one.
melted.
You big beast, white fur.
Shoots cold out of its face. Yeah.
Whiter than the snow.
It's
Gaunt.
been sighted from time to time, always at the back of the attacks, watching, looking on as they come in. A couple of the boys have sworn that they've hit him with their arrows at long range, but nobody's managed to fell it. Yorulmar was obsessed with going after it, just like he was with Big Red, but he's been gone for about a month now.
Damn fool.
Well, it sank
I mean,
into
I know
the
he can
ground.
take care of himself, but... Thanks.
Well, you'll find me at the speaker's house. I'm sure that your anger will be there soon as well. Yeah, it's just the two of us left in town. Oh, hey. You know, your anger and I, you know, a bit of a thing now. Never thought that was going to happen.
You're shitting me. That's okay. I'll believe it when I hear it from her mouth.
Well, you'll find us at the speakers. The tavern closed down some time ago, so many of us are staying there. Quite a few people lost their houses to the barricade. And as you look around, you can indeed see that there is bits of rubble also propping this thing up, and a couple of the outlying houses that you remember being beyond this barricade, and even a couple of the ones that were probably behind it, are now missing, just piles of stone where they once stood. And as you're looking out over the barricade, you do see large mounds dotting the plain, the cut area outside. And one or two of these do have thin swirls of smoke rising from them.
It's the smoke outside there.
Well, usually if we catch any of those undead beasties, we burn them. Make sure they don't rise again. Weird thing though, they just get covered by snow as soon as we start doing it, but they still burn.
Weird.
So you light them on fire and then they get covered in snow right afterwards?
Well, maybe not exactly afterwards, but usually where there's fire, everything around it melts, but not with these.
Huh. Oh. Okay.
Damn things are cursed.
Mm-hmm.
That's an understatement.
They seem to be.
When people
Well-
die, do they get back up?
And with this, you notice that he looks very uncomfortable. He doesn't reply directly, but you can see that he kind of glances around just to see who's listening, perhaps, as this strange group of the first visitors this place has had for a while. But he doesn't answer.
Just give me a nod.
We'll talk more about this later.
All
Not
right.
exactly a popular topic in these parts.
Well, yeah.
Understandable.
I can't imagine you have a plethora of popular topics at this time.
The best
No,
thing
you're
about
right.
curses is that they can be broken.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Well, Yorulmar
Assuming you
thought that
find
it
a
was
way.
all linked to the big white moose, but if you just say that you killed the beastie, well, I'm not seeing anything moving out there at the moment, so maybe you did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it. Tahko, Zagrax, and I saw it pretty clearly. It melted into the snow.
Yeah, shitting me. Moose don't just melt.
Well, you just don't
this
clear
one did.
either.
Honestly, that's not the craziest of things we've seen.
Yeah.
So, I believe them.
I get it, Vulwin. It was one of those training snowmen. You just melted one of those. This isn't a time to be training, though, lad.
We'll talk later.
Fighting snowmen still. And he kind of turns and walks off, muttering about snowmen and you having fought them.
If only it was back to those times.
What a nice guy.
Yeah. Yeah. He is.
And
he kind of
darkness.
Vulwin kind of like, pulls the scarf that he's got a little closer, and we should move. We should see if we can find Dempsey.
Okay.
DMC. Okay.
Does cooking
And
sound good right about now?
you are pretty familiar with this
made out
place,
of?
so I'll get all the labels.
Hmm. Nice. Can you draw us up the barricade? Or is it outside this view?
It's probably just outside of this view.
Okay.
Lucky liar.
Feels like a half-like name.
And I will say this is Lonely Wood before, so most of these trees are gone. I mean, there is still a fair old covering of wood. It looks like most of the trees that they cut outside were primarily for vision, so they could shoot stuff as they approach the barricade. There is still a pretty dense wood inside, and as you start looking in, the roads themselves seem to be pretty sparsely populated. There are obvious trails moving through the town, but then off of these trails there'll be these little pathways that disappear into the forest, and as you kind of look through these trails and see what's there, you can kind of see several tens of maybe even 100 feet back from the path is where the houses actually are, and most of them are surrounded by this dense woodland. It's clear that the people here value their privacy pretty highly.
Oh, yeah. All good trade and everything is done in private.
But well, I can see they've fortified, and I'm glad to see that they're still here.
Mm-hmm.
Any other town
Yeah.
would have fallen ages ago.
Was nervous when we showed up and the freaking ground started moving with creatures.
Yeah.
It was really peaceful till then.
Not exactly a warm welcome, but now it is that we had one.
And as
Yes.
you say that, you do kind of look around, and there are groups of villagers, all of them armed, mostly with bows, crossbows, slings, ranged weapons. They are gathered in clusters, and you do see that quite frequently they're kind of looking over at you guys, but none of them actually make an approach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, more like
Yeah.
they're not
Warm
attacking us.
welcome.
I would say bye to the opportunists here, but
I mean,
Oh.
they're not.
war like this has a way of bringing people together for a temporary time.
They're not trying to bite our ankles, so I'll take that as a win.
No.
Today.
It's not the most welcoming town, but it's certainly not the least welcoming town.
True.
As long as you don't melt their leader.
Even before then.
Tahko will
Yeah.
do no such thing.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Just a quick check. How's everybody looking?
Awful.
I look okay.
Terrible.
I'm fine.
No,
And
I
I'm
am
fine as
also
well, thank you
hurt.
very much for asking. You must be the ones who caused all of the hullabaloo out there. And you note, somehow you missed her, that there is a halfling that's just like emerged from some of the rubble and seems to be striding confidently over to you guys.
more than half of that was the undead that are out there. You should know that well.
Vulwin, you immediately recognize this is Nimsy.
Yeah, he has a slight smile that creeps onto his face. Actually, you've been seeing since talking to Orlaban that he's actually had more of a smile on his face than you've mostly seen him ever.
Weird. Okay.
And by ever, you mean ever.
Grin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he's got a toothy grin.
Oh, a big red toothy grin.
Actually, it's not as red anymore.
Not as red. Yay.
It's pink.
Well, so I'm Speaker Nimsy. Welcome to Lonelywood. Apologies for the welcoming committee. That unfortunately is the reality that we all have to live with these days, and you're all well. Vulwin.
Yeah. Terrible homecoming, Dempsey.
My gosh, we were pretty sure that you were dead out there.
No,
Gets that a
just
lot.
experiencing the world.
Oh, you could have told us. We sent a couple of parties out looking for you. Could have been using your skills in these days.
They never would have found me.
Too right. Well, at least they tried, hey?
Sorry we couldn't make it here sooner. Sure, you know there's a lot going on. Damn eternal winter.
I'm sure you've got a lot of tales to tell me, but this is no place to be talking about this. Come, I've got some hot milk and cookies in my house. You're all welcome. And with that, she kind of just walks straight through the group and just makes her way further into the town itself.
All right.
Ooh.
Like
a plan to me.
Irilyssa is just gonna bop along behind her.
Okay.
I guarantee you that after everything going on, these will be the best cookies you've ever had.
I'll hold you to
at
that.
all.
I believe you.
And as you walk through the town, you can see that many of the houses have fallen into disrepair. There's numerous walls and roofs that have caved in. Quite a lot of stuff seems to just be overgrown. This place has clearly had its toll taken. The people that you do see around seem to be a little bit skittish. They're all standoffish. None of them approach you directly, though you are getting a lot of interested glances and looks. And those of you who are good at seeing stuff can see that even more people looking at you from the undergrowth and the gloom of the woods around. And this town is a fair bit darker, even with the eternal winter going on, just because of how packed in the wood is. This is very much a town built into Lonelywood, hence its name. But you do break through the far end. The lake Meldwalden opens up before you. You can see a number of jetties with several boats moored to them in various stages of disrepair. In fact, with a second glance, it looks like most of the boats out there are just wrecks, with the ice having just crushed their hulls. Doesn't look like they've been trying to do any fishing for some time, although there are very definite paths and trails which seem to be leading out onto the ice and then very quickly disappearing as they go out. So Vulwin's ice fishing training clearly was learned in a place like this. You eventually make your way to the speaker's house. Not so much that you can tell it apart, because all the buildings around look very, very similar, but you can smell it apart. It's this aroma of just baked goods emitting from them, and you know how that smell of freshly cooked cookies just out the oven is just hanging like a pallor around the speaker's house, and you're led in almost with your noses rather than yourselves walking in. With the door held wide by a smiling halfling as she beckons you in. Come in, come in, come in. Welcome to my house.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, I'm afraid the inn here has been shuttered for some time, but all guests are welcome here. Wouldn't be much of a host if I didn't open my door to those of you who fresh in from the road, and believe me, it's been a while since we had any. Happy for the company.
Yeah, smells just like I remember.
Just like? You saying that my skills haven't improved, boy?
We'll see about that.
Too right. With that, she just shoves the door shut and then stamps away, stamps her feet a little bit just to shake some of the snow off, throws off one of her, throws off the cloak that she's been wearing. You can put your wets up there, you can put your dries over there, slippers in the little cubby hole, And come on through. And she just disappears into the interior of the building.
Slippers.
She'll do
Some
as she
people call
requested.
shoes slippers.
I'll try and fit some slippers on my giant feet.
It's surprising. There is actually a large range of different size slippers. They're not all just halfling sized. It's clear that this is a lady used to having guests. And you do find a pair that are definitely too small and your toes are very much crunkled up. But there is a pair which you can just about get your feet into. But they're warm, they're furry. There's some kind of wool interior with like fur exterior with a hard leather sole underneath.
Does anybody else in the party have problems, considering we're all pretty much behemoths?
I'm not a behemoth.
Actually, I'm kind of curious. I'm guessing Mood Killer is actually taller than Orleban, but he's a pretty big guy.
Let's see.
Yeah, because Orleban's a human. Tahko is a Goliath.
Yeah.
Still bigger.
7'8".
Tahko's
Yeah.
still huge.
Yeah. Orleban's like probably 7?
He's pretty tall. He's like
6'10",
not
6'11".
quite a giant, but his
Crap.
humans would go a giant.
A human taller than me?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, Orleban's a big boy, and he has a big belly to go with that as well.
Look, these slippers have little bear heads at the end. Ooh.
And yeah, Elora, Vulwin, you're able to get footwear very easily. Zagrax, Irilyssa, your feet are a little more oddly shaped, and it's a little bit more difficult to find some. But just for the sake of it.
Irilyssa will just keep her boots on.
Okay.
I can't do that.
I like my boots.
They're fancy boots.
Irilyssa,
They're
with all
boots I
respect,
got from an
you can't do
orphan.
that.
Yeah,
Don't
but you
be
can't track
rude.
mud through this place. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
She takes off her boots and finds a pair of
After rooting
Yeah,
through
vault.
this copious vault of different footwear, you're able to find some which will fit you. And these ones, because you spent a little bit longer looking than Tahko did, just like, yeah, they'll do. You're able to find some which are a bit more comfortable than the ones he's wearing.
I'll hang up my stuff as well and see if I can't find my favorite pair.
You do. They're kind of tucked under a couple of the others, like off in a little corner, but they're pretty much where you left them the last time you were here.
Good.
And with that fully kitted out with the comfortwear, you make your way into the speaker's house, and you find that Nimsy is in a living room. There is a couple of comfortable chairs, like sofas almost, with deep cushions that you can just fall into around. There's a couple of little tables, and each of these tables has a small platter of cookies, some of them still kind of steaming as they're very recently come out of the oven, a couple of them now cold, but all of them look and smell delicious. And Nimsy herself appears from an adjoining room with a big jug of milk that she places on the table, places a couple of cups out. Please, help yourselves. No need to be unsure. We're welcome here. Treat this place like it's your own. Just make sure you take off your boots when you come in. Don't like dirt.
Simple enough.
Wow.
Fair
So
enough.
grab the jug and start pouring drinks for everyone.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
You do notice that the milk does have like the whitish tint, but it's clearly watered down a bit to make it last. And if you put your nose to it, it does have that slightly bitter smell to it.
Fun.
But you take your glass, you take a seat in one of the comfortable chairs, and Nimsy pulls herself up onto one of the chairs, which has like more pillows than any of the others, and just like buries herself in it.
I'll find the sturdiest one. Yeah.
It still creaks ominously, but as you sit into it, it looks like a lot of. No, it doesn't look fragile, but it looks like you might do some damage. But it actually holds up remarkably well, and you kind of look down, and it looks like the quality of the craftsmanship for all of the furniture in here is actually remarkably good. It's not fancy, but it's very, very solid.
Okay.
So, what brings you to Lonelywood?
Killing undead.
Trying to
We
save
were-
you.
Yeah.
You'll
Sent
fit
here
right
by
in.
Devesa to
Devesa
take
sent
care
you.
of the undead problem. Yeah. Do you have the letter, Irilyssa?
Oh, yeah. She'll
We were already
walk back
on our way
out to
here.
where all of her stuff is and come back with the letter.
Yeah, we were already on our way here, but we got some coin for our trouble.
Right.
Well,
It's
usually
true,
I
we
would
were
say
going
that
there.
we're able to deal with our own troubles, but seems that Devasa's got that sixth sense to know that something was up, and while I wouldn't ask for help, I'm not going to turn it away if it arrives.
Right. She actually isn't the town speaker, or the what do you call it? The head speaker anymore, but yes,
No.
she did send us here.
And she takes the letter from you, uses one of her fingernails to just slide under the wax seal, and then pulls it open. To Speaker Nimsy Huddle, hope this letter finds you, yada yada yada. Regret to inform you, Chief Speaker Devesa, yada yada yada. Step down.
Yeah.
Therefore, called an immediate election. You are summoned to Bryn Shander, yada yada yada. Wait,
The
what day is...
election already happened.
Oh, we were supposed to wait. Oh, sorry. We didn't look in the letter. We didn't know.
We found the courier dead when we were heading in.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Poor courier didn't even make it into the woods.
Maxwell Dana is the new chief speaker.
And with that, her usually kind of smiling face seems to fall a little bit, and she becomes a little bit introspective. I guess it's just those kind of days then, isn't it?
It was 4 to 2 to 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else
One
stood?
vote for
Oh, one vote for Devesa.
Devesa and 2 votes for Goodmead's new speaker, a woman by the name of Olivessa.
Irilyssa. Not one I'm familiar with. She good people?
She's lovely.
Very good.
Absolutely.
She's steered Lonelywood Goodmead to
Ever since the
thriving.
Ever since the former speaker of Goodmead was murdered.
Right.
Yes.
Well, it certainly seems like things have been changing in the last month since we had any contact with the outside world. Been a bit isolated here, as you can probably gather.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, you're still doing better than Bremen.
Oh? They
Bremen is gone, unfortunately.
gone? You mean washed away?
It was
I know
frozen.
they've had floods.
No, they were attacked by something that was freezing their people solid. And then, as they were fleeing, some water serpent came up out of the lake and consumed most of them.
Oh,
Any survivors were in a real bad way.
I see. This is not exactly the best news I was hoping for.
No, but for better or for worse, Maxwell Danner is the head speaker now and has brought in an airship from the Lord's Alliance, and they want to take out that snake thing. So,
Oh, I'm glad someone's tackling that old beastie. We've had a couple of sightings ourselves before I made sure all the boats stayed in. Too dangerous out there with all the ice for wooden boats.
wow.
You'd be
So it
proud,
does
actually, Vulwin.
exist.
A whole lot of the old fishers never said they would touch ice fishing. They're out there every morning these days. Part of the reason this town's still here.
Yeah, well, I could see that. They're not so want to give it up so easily. Tradition still gives way, right?
Tradition definitely gives way, but you know, we're a progressive type. If the times get hard, we adapt. That's what we've been doing.
Yeah, I saw the wall.
Yeah, an unfortunate one. We've been hit a couple of times by those beasties from the woods. Hunters are sure that they killed them, and they come back anyway.
Yeah, you got to make sure to take off the heads or the legs.
Even the legs. I mean, I've seen a couple of them trapped in various, traps. They keep on coming at you.
Legs,
Well.
plural, all of them.
The legs just keep them from moving anywhere, from what we heard. The head
Yeah.
keeps them from coming back.
Are we sure?
No, but they can't bite if they can't, if they don't have a mouth.
That's true. But I'd quite like to find out what the source of all of this is. The only lead that I've had was when the old hunter went out looking for a white moose.
Oh,
We just fought one on the way in.
right.
One?
Have
You
you
know
have
there's
any-
more?
I hope not.
Maybe. Who knows?
Considering the way that it just melted away into the snow after we killed it, and the fact that the beasties kept moving, there's got to be another one somewhere.
Or else you can't just beat it to death. There might be some other means of actually taking it out.
Yeah.
I pumped a fair bit of energy into it that's not just beating, and it just melted.
Yep.
Just melted like
Yeah.
snowman.
No,
Yeah.
not really, because the snowman would at least leave a puddle. This thing didn't even affect the snow when it went down.
Like it got reabsorbed into something in the earth. I don't know.
Almost like it wasn't even real to begin with.
Oh, blimey, there might be
Created
right.
from the snow and ice.
I know there's a lot going on. But you haven't heard of any, I don't know, ill rituals or anything going on around here?
Heard of 'em?
Outside
No.
the towns.
Witness the outcomes? Heck yeah. I mean, some of the more superstitious said that the frost druids have come back. They might have been the source of this, but they don't, as far as I know, tend to use undead.
Have you been in contact with a Goliath woman named Swiftrunner?
Can't say I have been, no. The last group that we've had from out of town was the Kelvin's Company. Swung by here for a bit, tried to find out what was going on, but they didn't find it, and they seemed a lot more interested in going after the Eddies.
Yeah. That's what they told us too.
So should
know,
we
I
be
heard,
looking out for this Goliath? Is she supposed to be around?
I'm somewhere around here, yeah.
The last we knew, she was up here.
Well, not immediate here.
She's not
had
really
home
a
on
big-
the outskirts.
She's not really a big team player, so she might just be doing her own thing in the area.
She wouldn't be the first, especially here in Lonelywood. You know how it is, and she kind of glances over at you, Vulwin.
Yeah, I know how it is. Speaking of which, you heard anything about Vandelmere or Toril? I heard they went out. Given what they're interested in, I'm no doubt sure they're trying to figure out what the hell happened here.
Yeah, some kind of high-spirited adventure. They didn't seem particularly interested in what's going on with Lonelywood. As soon as the trouble started, and the old chief, the old hunter, went off into the woods, they took off in the other direction. One of them said he had some kind of map to an old treasure or something like that, and that's what they were after.
That slimy bastard. He'll eat a cookie.
Oh,
How
When the going
tasty-
gets tough, the weak get going.
How tasty are these cookies?
Roll a
Cookie check?
constitution check. No, wisdom
That
check.
doesn't
Roll wisdom, sorry,
Wisdom.
wisdom.
This is just I would say the Constitution check is just
Wisdom.
to resist how tasty they are.
Which is why I said actually it's wisdom.
check.
You take one taco and you take a small bite. It has that kind of nice buttery undertone. You take another bite and you get a little piece of like the strange buttery dark substance that seems to melt like ice in your mouth, but it's not cold. Take another bite, and this time like the dough itself seems to melt a little bit, and you finish that one without even realize you finished anything. That was kind of interesting. You grab another one, you start nibbling on that, and before you know it, you've gone through the whole plate.
Just like real life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Tahko, Irilyssa, Zagrax, you eat the entire plate. Vulwin, you've had these before. You know exactly how dangerous they are, and you pace yourself. And Elora, as good as they are, you still kind of miss the cooking from home. You still got that like taste of the food that your parents had prepared for you. So while these cookies are good, you like things a little bit more savory.
They're not my mom's cookies.
Okay.
As I notice my plate's empty. Wow, these were worth braving an undead horde. Thank you.
It's part of the reason I think I'm still speaker. When we have the council meeting, I always bring a plate of those, and things seem to go my way. Strange.
Man.
I have no idea why that would happen.
Also, forgive us, we haven't introduced ourselves. You know Vulwin.
Yeah, of course.
But, I am Irilyssa Zenriel. I am the High Priestess of the House of Guiding Light in Goodmead.
Hey, you're more than welcome.
It's a real religion.
Of course it's a real religion.
No, he actually he looks straight at the speaker and says that and looks to Irilyssa like, don't worry about it. There's a lot of fake religions.
And I'll actually burst out laughing. What you say?
No, you but yeah, you can Irilyssa, you can see that's of no like he's actually defending you on that. Like he's going to bat.
Nimsy picks up on this, like she gives you a polite nod, and then like here's what Vulwin says, and you see her face like change slightly from like respect to not exactly admiration, but certainly enhanced respect. So I was like, okay, you persuaded Vulwin, and that's not an easy thing to do.
No. Yeah, I'm sorry for not saying or introducing myself sooner. I'm Elora Starglow. Nice to
meet you as well. I mean, one thing I will say is people here like their privacy, so a group of strangers coming in not introducing themselves is not exactly unusual. So whatever you want to share, I'll be more than happy to take it. So if you want to keep your names to yourselves, that's fine by me, but if you want to introduce yourselves, then you're all the more welcome. I like to know who's staying under my roof. And I guess I haven't introduced myself either. I'm Nimsy. I'm the speaker here.
Well, thank you for the hospitality. I'm Mood Killer.
Trust me, he lives up to that name.
Yeah.
Very much does.
Well, right
Zagrex.
now, I would call you Cookie Killer. You want another plate? She kind of lifts up her own and brings it over to you.
Oh.
Wow.
Vulwin will pass one of his cookies over to Irilyssa, seeing that she's eaten all of them.
This is bribery.
Does Zagrex actually say that?
No.
No.
I can just imagine the bribery, but it's acceptable.
Well, is there anything you... Well, I'm not gonna... I'm not gonna lie, I would like this curse thing dealt with. If you are a group of mercenaries, we probably pay in cookies.
I mean,
That's probably enough.
we came to save the town.
Right.
Yes.
We'll try our best. That's what we're here for. Without mincing any words, you don't have to worry about it.
Yes.
But the cookies are welcome.
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
This town's definitely worth saving. He's alone. How's the town doing for food?
I'm not going to say it's easy. We've always relied so heavily on hunting. I mean, the wood's right there. It's always been good to us. A bit dangerous now and then, but our hunters are a hardy bunch. Builds a bit of character and also makes sure they're the best shots around. And if the forest doesn't provide, there's always the lake. We're having to rely heavily on the lake, like I said, since we beached the boats. Belts have definitely been tightened. We haven't had a sack of flour in for a while, so well, I can always keep myself well stocked. Cookies aren't going to last forever.
Well, I don't have any flour, but I do have some rations I can spare. And I'll open up my pack and I'll slap out, let's see. Like, we'll go for 20 things of rations.
Ah, blimey. I mean, we'll definitely accept that. I know more than a few of the families here are going hungry. This'll lighten the load. Appreciate that, thank you.
Yeah. And if you can bring me any food that's spoiled, no matter how nasty, even those creatures out there, so long as they still have meat on them when they're smashed, I can turn that into something edible.
I'm not sure I'd advise eating those things, but I'm sure we have a couple of bags of spoiled stuff around. I mean, yeah.
Can do.
And as she's kind of nodding to you, there's a commotion at the front door. It swings open. You get this burst of cold air that comes in, and you hear you hear like the rustle of clothing. And a moment later, Orlaban strides into the room, followed shortly afterwards by Iraga, which is another human female. She's got a eye patch over her right eye. And at her back, similar to Orlaban, you see another like haft of a two-handed weapon sticking out, and she enters the room and leans a shield up against the wall before she closes the door to the living quarters and settles herself down in. Orlaban settles himself down into one of the double couches, and Yarangar settles in beside him.
I'll finish up my cookies while they're settling in.
Well, I see you found Nimsies.
Yeah, she found us first.
Mm-hmm.
She was a deft one.
Hard to miss with the wondrous smell coming from it.
It's like a beacon in the night. Can always find this place. And he kind of reaches across Yarangar and takes a plate.
Noah's always leads you right to this place.
And as he does, Yarangar like pinches one of the cookies and starts eating it herself.
So if you haven't had flour in a long time, how are you making the cookies?
I have my ways.
You did just say that she keeps herself well stocked.
True.
Wouldn't be much of a halfling if I didn't have a couple of dozen sacks of flour squirreled away at any time.
I'm glad for it.
Of course. I mean, I actually suspect that's one of the reasons we've been doing as well as we have been supply-wise. As you know, there's a lot of halflings living here. And while they're not the most industrious bunch, they're very good at saving stuff. Especially food.
Good.
That's definitely a good thing these days.
Even before the eternal winter, that's a good thing.
Right.
So, do you think the winner is linked to the undead beasties coming through?
If I was a betting man, which I'm not, yes.
Well, it just kind of like laughs at the fact you said that out loud.
I mean, I blame Worrell.
That's a fair bet.
Yeah, you don't have to really bet anything on that. Whatever that damn moose was, soaked right into the snow, so somehow connected at the very least.
It's not. And Yarangar speaks for the first time. It soaked into the snow.
Mm-hmm. Just sank under it. Well, formed into a goo and then just sank below the snow. It didn't even affect the snow. And it wasn't like some kind of magical retreat. We beat it senseless. But it's still just... I think decoagulated is probably the right word for it.
Oh, it's a good thing you had Vulwin then. If anyone's good at beating up snowmen, it's him.
Yeah, if only it were that easy.
I don't know. You seem to struggle a fair bit. Back in the day.
Well, times have changed.
True.
Yes. Vulwin's saved most of our lives a number of times.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's for sure.
He's really good with those blades.
Yeah. I'm glad he's on our side.
I never thought he would take to the old dual wielding, but your Almor definitely taught him well with that. Can't deny that at all.
Yeah, can't deny that either. It's come in handy. I owe a lot to the rest of these people.
You should
too.
also tell them about your girlfriend.
Huh? Oh.
Oh, how about Orlabad first?
Ah.
You first, you first. You're the novice around here.
Oh,
And with that, Irangar does
I
kind of like lay
insist.
her head against his shoulder.
Yes. I guess not all rumors are untrue. So, yeah, no. It was a hag. Wasn't my girlfriend either. Don't believe everything you hear.
He kind of looks at you and just bursts out laughing again.
No, I'm serious. Like that.
If she didn't have that giant freaking skeleton along with her, it probably would have been funny, but really wasn't funny at the time.
Yep, you realize the skeleton's probably the former lover. You gotta be careful there, boy.
That's why they attacked you. Pissed him off.
Yeah.
You know, jealousy is it's a nasty one like that.
Yeah. Glad I just didn't end up in a pot.
In a pot as well. Crikey.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was quite intent on smacking lips with you. For whatever reason.
Well, some of us have just got it. If you got it, you got it. And then Uranga just like elbows him hard in the side.
Yeah, you got plenty on you there, Orlabad.
That's a funny one. Fought together, hunted together for years and years, but danger like this, all of the other Rostwolves leaving, brought us together, I guess. And I keep on doing that in an Australian accent, but that's definitely not meant to be Australian, I'm sorry. It's hard switching between them like this.
Yep.
Understandable.
Imminent doom brings that about people. Makes you look at the world in a whole new light.
That's true. Got to make sure you keep what's important around you.
Yeah. You do.
So I'm guessing
Set
that
up a
Nimsy's
hole in the
been
ground.
talking to you about the White Moose. You say you fought it once already, but maybe the woods are safe again now. I don't know.
All the things we were...
Go ahead.
All the little ones
stop
kept climbing after we melted the moose. So I'm not sure about that.
I guess normally when the attacks subside, is there normally a blizzard that comes along with it?
Usually not. I mean, we've definitely seen the White Moose looking on, but he's never participated himself.
No.
Really?
And once they've worn
Surely
themselves
didn't like me.
against us, the night's quiet again. Until the next time. We leave the walls, burn whatever we can find, and make sure that we thin the numbers at least however much we can.
How often are the attacks happening right now?
More and more frequently. Used to be maybe once a week, now it's every 2 or 3 days.
Oh no.
This has been going on for a month, and you've been doing that. The amount of critters that came crawling out of the woodwork.
Oh, it's been going on for longer than a month. A month is just when they've been attacking the town itself. Before then, hunters always having problems. Not always, but maybe 2 months, 3. Reports. An animal they could have sworn they downed, wasn't downed. Traps. Obviously, blood spattered everywhere, but no sign of the creature. That type of thing.
Please tell me that Vandermeer had some kind of theory about this whole damn thing going on. He loves this sort of shit.
Magic. I mean, he was actually pretty interested before the idiot persuaded him to go after that damn treasure. He said it was some kind of lingering curse. Seeing as it's undead, probably to do with a ruin or grave.
Right.
Well, no doubt he would have been the one to steal something from it if it cursed the whole damn town.
But even when they left, the attacks continued, so I don't think it was them as much as I might not exactly appreciate them for leaving when we needed them the most. But I don't think it was them.
Yeah.
The strangest thing, though, was you know that your Almar's been after the Red Yeti for decades. But as soon as he catches sight of the White Moose, he just completely flips, changes. And then his eyes are seeing only that. That's why he went out into the woods. He was determined to find it, kill it, hunt it.
Beat him to
If
it.
running in with it says anything, he didn't find it. It found him.
It may be the case, but I wouldn't discount your Almar just like that, and he's a tough old nut.
Yeah. If he doesn't want to be found, he's not going to be found.
If anyone could do it, it'd be you, Vulwin.
With some luck, surely.
Well, you must have some kind of luck following you, otherwise you wouldn't have got this group of companions around you. You was a bit of a loner before, but I'm glad you've fallen in with a group at least. And for the first time, like, as much as Orlaban's usually fairly jovial, like, his face like becomes more serious as he says that.
Call ourselves the Dawnbringers.
Yeah.
Well, we would definitely appreciate a dawn being brought. Hunting in this darkness, never fun, even when the moon's out.
We're working on it.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna go back out onto the wall. My duty there's not done. I'm sure Nimsy will set you up with room and place to stay. If you need any more information, let me know. Otherwise, good luck, I guess.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Same to you.
Thank you.
Don't be strangers.
Sylvanas protect you. With that, he rises and makes his way from the room, followed shortly by Uranga.
May Saloon watch over you.
You say to the retreating back.
Wait, he just said Bill Sylvanas watched over you, but you said you didn't know who that was, Vulwin.
Yeah, I don't remember who it is.
It's fine.
Just the good omens. But
Take everyone we can get.
That name.
And now that you're thinking about it, Vulwin,
It's like, wait a minute.
you've definitely heard Sylvanas before. You'd never put the context together. 2 + 2. But you know that pretty much every single one of the Rostwolves followed Sylvanas.
Yeah.
You never really listened to them. They didn't really like espouse it very often. It's just when they got a good kill, they'd dedicate it to Sylvanas. If they didn't get a good kill, they would usually blame Sylvanas.
Like, oh, that's who that is. Okay.
Yeah.
Very convenient.
So that wasn't just a say. Okay.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah, it makes sense now.
I'm sure you want to rest after the encounter outside. You're, like I said, welcome to stay here. Got rooms upstairs. Just go up to the second story. Up to the second floor, you'll find an attic there with beds and sheets. Always make sure they're kept. And there's a hearth. If you need some wood, cut your own. And my house is yours. If you want any information or anything from me, you'll find me around. Just ask for Nimsy. I'll usually hear you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for your hospitality. It means a lot.
Of course, of course. And with
Yeah,
that, she just kind of
thanks
reaches
for-
over and grabs a book and just starts reading.
Okay.
By the way,
Want to look and see what title she's reading.
This is 1001 Ways of Battering Batter.
All right.
By the way, I haven't lost your touch with the cookies.
We always have our secrets.
Yeah. Keep up the good fight.
Yeah, we had this brown stuff coming from far to the south called chocolate. Amazing.
I'll take your word for it.
Well, you've taken a plate of them already, I can see. And now you're kind of looking over and you notice that you've probably had a couple more of those cookies than you perhaps would have recognized initially.
I like that. I'm like, indeed I have. So that's what that new flavor was.
Yep.
So these aren't made with magic.
Sweet, a little bitter too.
Blood, sweat, and toil. No magic here.
Wow.
Only the magic of my skill.
Impressive. All right.
Although my mum's ladle has been in the family for a long time. I know her gran had them, and her cookies are always amazing. You know, it's actually her recipe with the extra pinch of clover that goes in with the batter, and if you get some cinnamon and grind it in as well, not easy to get these days, but I have a couple of little plants around, and a couple of people know how to get that stuff growing. And once you got this in, and she just warbles on about cooking for about half an hour for those of you who listen.
Yeah,
Clover, isn't that the little flowers that grow in the summertime?
Yeah, they are. Made sure
I have a
to
feeling at some
get a couple of those dried and grind them up.
Elora actually listens intently the whole time.
Yeah.
Zagrax probably comes in and out of sleep, just cookies, warm drink, fighting undead, comfy seat.
Right.
And with that,
Tired.
I think that's probably where we will bring this session to a close, because I know we've run over.
Yay.
Good old Nimsy.
Great.
Yeah.
So,
She's the best.
chat, if you have any questions for us, I am now watching and I can respond. So let us know.
You know, if she keeps giving away small hints of how those cookies are made, I might be able to reconstruct them over how long I've heard her give away those small hints. Let alone, I'm probably not going to remember them, but you know.
There do seem to
Start
be
jotting them down.
1,001 different processes, and you've probably heard about 60 by now.
Nice.
It's ridiculous. It's never the same recipe twice.
I did wonder how you
That
were
was
going to get
fun.
through the undead thing, because I was like, this place has been under siege for a while. I need to make the entry dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking that too because of like how much resistance there was. I'm like, oh, this has literally been because of how long it's been since since it started, I'm sure. And like, we haven't done anything about it. You know, we haven't been here. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
You wanted-
surprised this town is home.
I'm
I
not-
really wanted to cast Gentle Repose on that Winter Wolf.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, well.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I was a little worried the
That's
fight would last too long. I actually had it like another 50 or so tiles before, and I got rid of one of the whole slates. I was like, no, that's too far.
I believe it. Yeah. Cinematically, it was enough to drive home the point.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
It's a good call. This is a fun homecoming for Vulwin. This is great. Get to explore some backstory and some fun events going on.
Fun events.
Hey,
Man,
every
I've
time-
got to say, that Spirit Guardian's really held its own again. That's an incredible spell.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
good spell, yeah.
Absolutely wild.
I can already think
As
of
we
a few
just-
counters, but
We go marching through the woods trying to find this thing. Both of you just have that going while we're going.
I mean, it's good at what it's supposed to be good against, right?
how long does it
Your
last?
list
A
is-
minute?
A minute. Yep. With concentration.
Yeah.
Noted.
Yeah.
That's typically the trade-off, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. Intelligent creatures could definitely find a way around it, but
These weren't
Yeah.
exactly the most intelligent.
Mhm.
exactly. Exactly.
No,
Quite the opposite.
the howl started the attack, and they were all in there.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the comment a long time ago. It was like, "Oh no, we're destroying Easter."
Good.
So many dead bunnies.
Undead
No.
Easter.
Well, they were already dead. They're putting to rest. They're being put to rest. It's a better
Right.
time, better place.
Here comes the
Especially
Easter bunny
Irylyssa's
crawling down
version
the
of
lane.
that. Yeah.
My favorite is that the moose was coming after Zagrax as divine punishment for what he did to Johann with the Yetis.
No.
I did think about that too.
The moose just ran and was like, I heard what you did to my Brohan.
Yeah.
Take
this!
Rohan's awesome. I like that.
I've never played a game with a moose villain before. This is intriguing.
It's great. It's great.
I had to buff him
It's spooky.
ever so slightly. Like him as written, I was just like, this is the big bad in this area? Really? Like he's got a mountain of hit points, but that's about it. And I was like, no, you're going to do a whole bunch of damage with a whole bunch of different spells.
That's good.
Yeah. I like that it got like a little pseudo domain with the
Right.
walling people off.
Yeah,
I
that was
thought
cool.
That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Jing.
I suspect that would have been a lot more dangerous if you didn't have the laser rifles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who else has got fire, right?
That's a
No
phrase
one.
you don't hear a lot in the
Yeah,
D&D
the
campaign.
best I could have done was like take out a pickaxe and started chipping at it, but it's a wall of ice.
Right.
I mean, I could just climb over it. It's only 10 feet tall.
You can just step over it.
I mean, I'm 7'8", so there's only another foot or so. I can just reach up and grab on, pull myself over.
As you freeze to death touching it.
As you try to
maybe.
climb it, the moose just grabs you and throws you down.
Does the whole takes the gloves
Yeah.
off and has
It's
fingers.
WWE.
We just
Throws
need
you
to
off.
Moose,
ropes.
moose, moose, moose.
Oh no.
We just needed a druid to turn into an orca and then just eat the moose.
Right. Oh my gosh.
That's a reference I don't get.
It's because mooses, moose.
Meese?
Meese.
Their number one predator is orca whales.
Oh. Really?
What?
Moose?
Well, moose are prolific swimmers.
Fairly certain.
Huh.
It's possible, yeah.
I mean, I'd argue that a bear wouldn't even try. Like, moose
No.
are huge.
They are.
Someone watches Hood Nature. I wouldn't be
They're about
surprised though. Moose
think
goes
they're-
swimming.
Yeah, we've domesticated dogs and horses. I don't think our ancestors even tried with moose. They're just too
No.
too
No.
impressive.
Let them be.
What are
Yeah.
moose's natural predators?
None.
Non-human
Oh.
predator wolves.
Yeah.
That makes
I
sense.
guess you're right because moose
Bears.
are excellent swimmers. They're known to
They are.
dive up to 20 in order to graze an aquatic plant. So
Mhm.
killer whales will just be like, "Hey,
Hey, what's that?
the
Nom.
heck?" You learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's so much to talk
Freaking
about. I was-
Wolverines? Are you kidding me? Wolverines go after
vicious.
moose?
Hugh Jackman?
Yes.
He's just running around Canada just attacking moose.
Yeah, I thought like Sabretooth was like the antagonist to Wolverine, not
Moose. We were wrong. It was moose.
And they're fast,
Moose.
even in deep snow.
Oh my god.
God, so freaky, man.
Wolverines go after
I'm
everything.
thinking,
Yeah,
like,
those are nuts.
True.
They're the berserkers of
don't
the
even-
animal world.
Absolutely wild.
Wolverines and badgers, yeah.
American
gosh,
badgers.
I really-
European badgers are cute and fuzzy. American
Yeah,
badgers
they're
are
nice.
creatures of nightmare.
They are.
They really are.
Man, whenever I go on a walk, I always see badgers. I never see anything cute, and I'm always like, "Oh no!"
How on
They don't
earth did
care
they go
about me,
so
but-
wrong? I don't get it.
Right?
Yeah, they don't care. They're like, whatever, I'm going to die, but I'm going to make you regret it.
Right.
Oh.
Jeez.
It's great being able to actually catch this live for once. Awesome. Glad to hear.
Yeah, glad to see you.
Yay.
Yay!
Yay!
It's
I
always
missed it
nice
last week.
to have people here.
Bloody
Yeah, I missed
multiplayer
it too.
tournaments running over.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's
But I should be good to go from here, as far as I know.
Wonderful.
I'm good.
Hey.
Should be
Yep.
good.
For the time being, I'm done with my weekend deployments. Woo!
Woo!
That's exciting. That's
After
super
a
exciting.
freaking year and a half of doing them.
Way to go. That's a big congratulations.
Yeah.
Now you can sleep
Yeah.
until the next
God.
set.
The worst part is it was always 3 days of off shift. So going night shift when I normally work day shift. So after 3
Oh.
days is just enough to get used to the night shift to then switch instantaneously back to day shift. I couldn't sleep right for a freaking month after doing that.
Yep.
Just in time to do the next one.
Yeah, those swings always get you.
Welcome to my world. That's
Yeah.
me every
Right.
week.
Yeah, it really is you every week.
But whatevs. Such is.
Anyway, chat, do you have any other questions for us? Otherwise, we shall probably draw this to a close. Just glad that you guys were there hanging out with us. It's always fun. Even though I can't monitor
Yeah.
chat as much as I like, I always go back and reread everything afterwards as I'm doing my
Hey,
notes.
Do we have any shout outs actually?
Not today, no.
Okay.
Mm.
Shout out to chat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out to chat.
Shout out to chat.
Hi, chat.
And I will be lucky to sleep for 2 hours a day. Oof.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Even though my sleeping schedule might be completely screwed, I still like to get my 8 hours.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for being conscious for our stream.
Not like Matt Joe has a choice about being conscious, but
At least we're
Goes to
there.
Consciousness.
yeah.
Be this game.
All right, well, in that case, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. If you haven't done so already, then do consider hitting that follow button so you get notifications when we're live again in the future. If you really enjoyed this, then do consider subscribing. It does help the channel out and lets us do more of this type of thing. If you want to see previous episodes, you can find those over on my YouTube. That's youtube.com/Mordred Viking. And otherwise, we'll see you again next week. Same time.
Yes.
Sunday. Bye, everyone.
Bye.